three-run double. Everybody on their feet here at T-Mobile Park.
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
Join the Mariners for 4th of July weekend at T-Mobile Park as the team squares off against the Blue Jays. The fun gets started tomorrow with a fireworks night presented by T-Mobile. Then celebrate the 4th on Saturday with a patriotic bucket hat. Available to the first 10,000 fans. Thanks to Coca-Cola. Get tickets at mariners.com.
Welcome to the initial voyage of the Seattle Mariners.
Number 60, the modern-day Bambino, Cal Raleigh.
Welcome to Mariners Radio, celebrating 50 years of Seattle Mariners baseball.
Swing and a miss, got him. A vicious splitter. Logan Gilbert, strikeout number 12.
Play-by-play coverage of the defending American League West champion Seattle Mariners is brought to you by your Western Washington Toyota dealers, Uncruise Adventures, and by Valley RV Super Center.
Holy smokes.
Now, let's go live to the corner of Edgar and Dave at T-Mobile Park for Seattle Mariners baseball.
Welcome to Seattle Mariners baseball. So great to have you with us tonight. It is game 3 of this 3-game series between the Mariners and the Angels. It's a great night for baseball. Gary Hill with you alongside Rick Riz, Ian Douglas back in our Seattle.
The Arizona Diamondbacks are striking back after a slow start, and it's largely thanks to one of baseball's fastest men.
Corbin's on the run. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Corbin Carroll has been playing like an MVP since his debut in 2022, but in his 4th full season, he's taken his game to a whole new level.
This guy's unbelievable. He's unforgettable.
On Sunday, Carroll put together one of the best games of his career, going 4 for 4 with 2 triples and a 9-1 D-backs win. That put Carroll at 8 triples for the season, twice as many as any other player, and 51 for his career.
He's the reason why you come to the ballpark.
Watch him hit and watch him run.
He became the 2nd fastest player of all time to reach 80 homers and 50 triples. Only Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig did it faster. Carroll's on pace to lead the majors in triples for the 3rd straight season, and he's only 1 triple away from tying the Diamondbacks club record of 52.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
Welcome back, folks. Your Washington Credit Union, WSECU, has been in the game for nearly 70 years. That's a heck of a streak, Steve.
70 years, Rick. That's almost as long as you've been calling home runs.
Hey, careful, Steve. We've both been around a long time.
Well, that's true. Just like us, WSECU has been delivering for decades.
And if you open up a new cashback checking account, you'll get a $300 bonus. That's your Washington Credit Union, WSECU.
Details at WSECU.org/play-by-play.
Gray skies, but the roof is off. We're getting ready for baseball here. Mariners and Angels, game 3. Mariners looking to break out the brooms against the Angels as we take a look at the starting lineups presented by NC Machinery. Right now, qualified buyers can take advantage of 0% financing on Caterpillar compact equipment. Visit ncmachinery.com for details and exclusions. Here's the starting.
Randy Arozarena, y soy cubano y mexicano.
Randy Arozarena, the game winner.
Batting 5th, the first baseman.
Josh Naylor, Mississauga, Ontario, Canada.
Grand slam, sail away, Josh Naylor.
catcher.
Big jumper. Florida State.
There it is, number 60, the modern-day Bambino.
Batting seventh, the right fielder.
Luke Raley, Hinkley, Ohio.
Goodbye, baseball. Luke Raley ties it up.
Hitting eighth at second base.
Cole Young, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Cole Young, a 2-run home run, and the Mariners have the lead.
Ronald Acuna Jr. pouring dirt into Ozzie Albies' glove, and then so Ozzie's walking out saying, "Hang on, what's falling out of my glove? Hold on, what?" And I'm ended it up.
Sometimes artifacts in the collection of the Hall of Fame could tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out, kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
Ball players the opportunity of a lifetime to take the field like their favorite major leaguers. Check out Mariners Diamond camps, including the flagship camp at T-Mobile Park. It's July 24th. You can register now at mariners.com/camps. Well, the Mariners have taken the field. Rick, the Mariners looking to keep the momentum going after the off day. They've taken the first two games against the Angels. Bryce Miller on the mound. He's been so good for the Mariners. We'll see if he can pitch the Mariners to a sweep today.
Yeah, the Mariners looking for a sweep of the Angels. They have been scoring some runs, which is great. The day off yesterday, they've won 6-2 and also 8-3. So 14 runs in the last two games against the Angels. Looking to support Bryce Miller has been absolutely unbelievable since coming off the disabled list in the middle part of May. Remember, he had the strained oblique at spring training, missed the first month and a half of the year. But here he is, 3-2, one of the best earned run averages in all of baseball at 1.97. And he's getting ready for his 8th start and 9th appearance of the year. So the Mariners, good chance to sweep aside the Angels. The offense is rolling. A good crowd tonight, Gary, for the final game of the 3-game series. Cloudy skies, but the roof is wide open. So I look for the Mariners to stay on a roll here, keep the offense going, and because Bryce Miller is going to do his job out there in the mound tonight.
Yeah, the final home games before the All-Star break for the Mariners, so trying to build some momentum for the second half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You want to build that momentum, and you want to keep pace with the Texas Rangers, who are playing as well as anybody in baseball the last month of the season. Houston's not too far behind. The Athletics are right there as well, so it is really close. So you want some separation in that American League West leading into the All-Star break. Well, here we go, everybody. Welcome to T-Mobile Park, everybody. Rick Riz along with Gary Hill Jr., Mike Lefko on pre and post tonight. Shannon Dreyer will be back tomorrow when the Mariners take on the Blue Jays. But first things first, the Mariners against the Halos. On the mound, Bryce Miller, 27-year-old right-hander out of New Braunfels, Texas. Here we go. Leading things off for the Angels is Zach Neto. He's going to give you a long at-bat. Man, he is a tough hitter. Bryce ready. Mariners with their City Connects tonight. Black pants, royal blue jerseys. Gold lettering. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up, shallow right field, foul territory. Going back, Josh Naylor runs out from underneath his cap, reaches up, and he makes the catch. Normally, Zach Neto has about a 9 or 10 pitch at bat, and Bryce Miller takes care of Neto with one pitch thanks to a heck of a play by Josh Naylor, going way down the right field line onto the warning track. His cap goes flying off, keeps his concentration, makes the catch, one pitch and one away. And Gary, that doesn't happen very often against Zach Neto.
That's good to see. He has put up some really good at-bats in this series. He has been a real problem in this series, and that was one way to do it, one pitch.
Here's first baseman Nolan Shanuel. Pitch on the way from Miller, a fastball for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Bryce has been outstanding. His last outing, that was in Pittsburgh, a 5-1 loss. He went 5 2/3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, didn't walk anybody, struck out a season-high 11, though, in that game. The 0-1 pitch to Shanuel bounces in, low and inside for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. But overall, he's been outstanding. Four-seam fastball. Teams don't hit that. Batting average of just .215 off the four-seamer. The splitter has been outstanding. That's been the thing for Bryce Miller. The good fastball, 97-98. The splitter down in the zone. Team's hitting just 111 against the splitter. Now the 1-1 pitch, low and inside. There's the splitter, but it bounces in. So Bryce still trying to get the feel on the splitter, which is a field pitch. And right now the count is 2-1 on Shanuel, but he'll get it. Right now he's just a little bit out in front with the splitter. In close at third base off the line. J.P. Crawford has been fabulous there at third. The windup and the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Hard hit right near the bag, though, is Colt Emerson. One-hands it, throws the first in time to get Shanuel for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down here at the top of the first. And that'll bring up third baseman Denzer Guzman. Final game of the 3-game series. The Mariners had the day off yesterday. Had a chance to actually watch a soccer game last night as Team USA went in against Bosnia, and man, was that exciting. So congratulations to Team USA. Now they're coming back to Seattle. Here is Guzman batting .268. The windup and the pitch on the way. A strike called on Guzman, and the count is now 0-1. So once again, the city of Seattle shining with the World Cup just right across the street at Lumen Field. And it is going to be busy coming up on Monday evening. Mariners will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Here's the windup and the 0-1 on the way, swinging a foul behind the plate, and the count 0-2. Blue Jays tomorrow night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then the world comes to Seattle and has been here for a while with the World Cup. It has been so much fun. Bryce ready, the windup and the 0-2 on the way to Guzman. Low and outside with a splitter for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck for the Angels, designated hitter Jorge Soler. The Angels 36-51. The Mariners a game over 500, back over 500 at 44-43. Right now tied for first place with the Rangers. Here's the pitch on the way, low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gary, looks like it's going to be close all the way in the West.
Certainly feels that way right now. It is a big jumble right now.
Miller looks in, has a sign from Cal. Looking for his first strikeout. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, and there it is at a nasty splitter. Now he's got the feel for that pitch. Strike 3 as Guzman goes down swinging. And 1-2-3 go the Angels here in the top of the first inning. Nice start for Bryce Miller.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Always a hit. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
What makes Lexus of Tacoma at Fife different? A stunning showroom, a staff that treats you like a person, not a number. No rush and no pressure. It's worth the trip to Fife. LexusofTacomaFife.com.
O'Brien.
Well, our Mechanics Bank scored no score as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Mariners and the Angels on the mound. 22-year-old right-hander Walbert Urania. Urania 5-6 with a nice ERA, 3.14, making his 14th start of the year and 16th appearance. J.P. Crawford leading off the bottom of the first inning, takes a pitch outside for ball one. Urania out of the Dominican Republic, a free agent with the Angels in March of 2021. Started the year in Salt Lake City. Next offer on the way, a strike on the inside corner. The count is even at 1-1 strike. He made 2 starts down at AAA. He came up very early in the season at the end of March when he made his major league debut in relief against Houston. Here's the pitch. JP is swinging a hard hit ground ball right to Neto at short. Gobbles it up, throws to first in time to get Crawford, and there's one away. Hit it hard. That'll bring up Julio. Well, time now for the roof report from Three Tree Roofing. Cloudy skies, but no rain. The lights are on, and the roof is wide open. The roof report brought to you by Three Tree Roofing, the #1 roofer in Washington. Go to threetreeroofing.com for a free estimate today. Here's Julio batting .259 on the year, 14 home runs, 40 runs batted in. The pitch to Julio is inside for ball one. Day off yesterday, but Julio had a big night on Tuesday and really a good series. He was 3 for 5 in game 2. He's 4 for 8 in the series. He's hit well against the Angels in his career, swinging a bounce foul on the third base side, and the count is even on Julio at 1-1 strike. His career numbers against the Angels: he hits .355 against Angels pitching, with a .426 on base percentage and slugging over .600. Likes the Angels staff. Here's the windup and the 1-1 to Julio inside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. And he's on a nice roll. Last 8 games, he's batting .364. Dom Canzone due up next. Missed him the other day with the strained hamstring, trying to play through that. The windup and the 2-1 to Julio inside. Jackknifes out of the way from ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Great crowd on hand here at T-Mobile Park for the finale of the 3-game series. This is our 3rd Cal Raleigh Pop Collectible night. Here's the stretch by Urania. Delivers. Julio swinging a bouncing ball foul and taken nicely by Mariners third base coach Carlos Cardozo. Way to go, Carlos. Makes a nice play. Tosses it to a young fan on the third base side, and the count is full on Julio at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Just a little bit of a breeze blowing across from left to right off of Elliott Bay. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's up and in for ball 4. So Julio with a nice at bat draws a walk, and the Mariners have a man on with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning.
Urania's been very difficult to hit this year, but walks have been an issue from time to time. So he's not a guy you want to chase, because you'll strike out, you'll get a lot of swing and miss, but make him throw strikes. That's going to be a key for the Mariners tonight.
No doubt, Gary. That was his 38th walk of the year against 69 strikeouts. Here's Dom Canzone. Good to see him back in the lineup. The pitch to Dom is up high for ball 1. Mariners have been really trying to fight through and navigate so many injuries this year. 15 different players on the IL. You got other guys who've been playing hurt, like Canzone with that hamstring, but he's back in there. The stretch and the 1-0 to Dom, and it's low. And outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes.
Batting third, too. That tells you what kind of month he had in June. He was spectacular.
June, he had .314 with 6 of his 13 home runs and 11 runs batted in. Now the stretch by Urania, delivers. Fastball for a strike. And the count is now 2-1. You want that bat in the lineup, as most of the pitching in the league is right-handed, so it's a nice bat to have in there, and Dom Canzone has had a nice year. Julio with a good lead at first base, 1 out. No score, bottom of the first inning. The pitch to Canzone, swinging a one-hopper to first, taken by Shanuel, down to second, and it hits Julio in the back. The ball bounces out into center field. Julio gets up, races to third. The throw by Shanuel never got to Neto, the shortstop, and the Mariners have runners on at first and third with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Julio with his hands in the air. Man, that ball hit him squarely in the back. It appears he's all right. He's got a big smile on his face. That had to leave a mark, but it got Julio. Oh, it got him in the helmet. It hit him in the back of the head, and the ball bounced out into right center field. The Mariners have 2 on.
That's a big break for the Mariners. They at least would have had the force out at second base. Instead, as Julio pats the top of his head, celebrates at third. Instead, the Mariners will have runners on the corners with 1 out. So a big difference as Julio Been at the waist just outside of third base.
That was Gary. Now time is called. Dan Wilson wants to make sure. Here comes Kyle Torgerson, our head athletic trainer. Wants to make sure that Julio's all right. That ball hit him squarely in the back of the helmet. From up here, it looked like it got him high off his shoulders and his back. Shanuel was trying to create a throwing lane by stepping in toward the infield, and the ball never got to Neto. Neto was showing, his glove hand to his right, but that was a bad throw by Shanuel. It never got to Neto and hit Julio. And right now, Kyle taking a look at Julio to make sure he's all right. You don't ever want to take any chances. So hopefully Julio will stay in this ball game. Right now, the Mariners have runners on at first and third with one out. No score. Bottom of the first, and Randy Rosarena due up. Julio bent over, and he's going to go through the concussion protocols. Kyle says, what's your name? So if you pass that, that's a good start. How many fingers do I have up? And sometimes it can make you feel nauseous. But, yeah, man, Julio's rubbing the back of his head right now. He's got a smile on his face, though. So that's a good sign. But Dan Wilson is still out there making sure Julio is all right. Man, they've had so many injuries as we just talked about. And can't afford to lose anybody. But Julio Rodriguez, he wants to stay in this game. And Kyle's making sure that he's okay. And that's so important in this game. You don't want to take any chances. Kyle's still talking things over with Julio. And Danny, I'm sure, is saying, hey, listen, your health is more important than this game right now. We're going to do our best to try to win this game. Do you want to stay in the game? How do you feel? And they're giving Julio a pretty good workover right now, Gary.
Yeah, it's a long conversation. Yeah. And he is going to stay.
Good. Oh, man. Know how that feels.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be watching him closely for the rest of the day.
So Danny making his way back to the dugout along with Kyle Torgerson. So that's a good sign. Now Julio's looking at the replay up on Mariners vision where that ball hit him.
The other thing about that, just the shock of that happening. If you're Julio, you're not expecting to get punched in the back of the head like that.
You're thinking, okay, Neto's going to get the throw. Pretty good chance I'm going to be out at second base. I'm going to go to my slide, make it a little bit tough for Neto. All of a sudden, whack. Well, here's Randy Rosarena, 2 on, first and third, 1 out, no score. The stretch by Urania. And he delivers to Randy, swinging a foul, and that got a piece of the catcher, Logan O'Hoppe, in the count 0-1. Yeah, the last thing you expect is to be hit in the head with a throw from the first baseman. Julio will lead at third. Tom Canzona lead at first, held on by Shanuel. The set by Urania. And the right-hander's 0-1 pitch to Randy. Swing and a miss at a sweeper. Took a big cut. He was out in front of it, and the count is now 0-2. Urania's last outing was on June the 26th. He struggled. He went 4 in the third innings, gave up 7 runs, all earned. 6 hits. He walked 2, struck out 5 in a 9-3 loss. Here's the stretch and the 0-2 on the way to Randy. Inside, and that hits him. So Randy Rosarena hit by a pitch. He's been hit a ton of times this year. Julio hit by a throw by Shanuel, the first baseman, and now Randy is down to his knees.
It's been a painful inning for the Mariners.
You're right, Gary.
You mentioned that last start. It was a really wild start. He was perfect through the first 4 innings against the A's, and then things just fell apart for him as he allowed 6 hits, all singles. He allowed 7 runners in a row. Had a balk, threw a wild pitch. He walked a couple. It just really fell apart for him. And what has been overall a really good season for him.
Randy getting looked at right now. That's the 13th time that Randy Rosarena has been hit by a pitch. Got him on the left elbow. And I think it missed that guard on his elbow. So now Kyle back out there again. Kyle Torgerson. Unfortunately, Kyle's been way too busy. here in the bottom of the first.
We like Kyle quite a bit, but we're seeing him way too much right now.
Yeah, Kyle's getting way too much airtime, and that's not a good thing. Does a great job. This medical staff is the best, I think, in baseball.
Now, Randy's clearly in pain.
Testing out that feeling in the left arm as we look at the replay one more time. Got him up around the left elbow. May have got a piece of that pad, even though with the guard, that still hurts, man, when you're talking about a pitch like that up and in.
It's a very valuable guard. It gets hit a lot on the arm of Randy.
Yeah, his elbow guard gets more work than any elbow guard, I think, in baseball. He's right on top of home plate. Randy says he's okay. Wow. It's been a rough start, and the Mariners have the bases loaded with one out. Thank goodness Julio's all right. Randy's all right, a little bit sore. And the table is set for Josh Naylor, one out. And a Mariner at every base trying to take an early lead here against Walbert Urania. So here's Naylor batting .257, 8 home runs, 34 runs batted in the stretch by Urania. Kicks and fires, and it's high and outside for ball one. Over his last 3 starts, Urania is 1-2 with a 5.51 ERA. So he's struggled last 3 outings, 2 against the A's, 1 against the Diamondbacks. Runners get their leads at every base, and the 1-0 pitch on Naylor, swinging a chopper out towards second. Oh no, up with the ball is Neto. Steps on second for 1, the throw to first, and it's in time for the 6-3 double play, and Urania in a whole bunch of trouble. Gets out of a bases loaded 1-out jam, and that's it for the Mariners in the first on the 6-3 double play. We go to the top.
There's a lot going on when Ohtani pitches and hits. So there goes Ohtani. Shohei lighting up the highlights already. It's a leadoff home run after he struck out 3 at the top of the first. And the Dodgers lead it 1-0. He hit 55 in the regular season, a Dodger record. And he's gone deep for the 3rd time this postseason, his first of the championship series.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales, and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to, and so I credit my dad for that.
Well, designated hitter Jorge Soler will lead off the top half of the second for the Angels. Our Mechanics Bank score, no score. Bryce Miller fires away a fastball for a strike. 0-1. Well, the Mariners had a very painful bottom of the first inning, and the bases loaded 1 out, and they could not score. Angels turn in a 6-3 double play. Miller the wind and the 0-1 pitch. The Soler swing and a miss at another fastball, and the count is now 0-2. And Bryce Miller has been so good ever since he came off the IL, and he had no transitional start his first or second outing to build up to what he's doing now. He came flying out of the chute, pitching great baseball off the IL. Next pitch to Soler, misses low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 54 strikeouts, only 5 walks this year in his 7 starts, 8 appearances. Next pitch low and away for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bryce started off with the piggyback starts with Luis Castillo for 3 outings, and man, it really worked, folks. I mean, combined, Bryce and Luis had a 1.67 ERA in those 3 outings. The Mariners went 2-1. The one game they lost, they had only 1 hit. But the piggyback worked because Miller was coming off the IL, and Luis had been struggling, and Luis, got back on track. The windup and the 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3 at a fastball. Strikeout number 2 for Bryce Miller. He's retired 4 in a row and 1 out for the Angels here in the top half of the second. And it looks like we're going to go back to the piggyback on Saturday. Luis Castillo will get the start tomorrow night against the Blue Jays. Here's left fielder Wade Meckler. Meckler batting .292 since coming up from the minor leagues. Still close to third base is Crawford. Here's the pitch. Check swing, a strike, 0-1. Walked into the ballpark today from the garage with JP. I said, JP, you're doing a super job over there at third base. He said, it's a piece of cake. He said it just moved over 5 feet. And he kind of simplified it. Here's the 0-1 on the way, and it's low and inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Meckler. I said, yeah, but it's a little bit different, with that ball getting to you as quickly as it does. But he really has played outstanding defense at third base. Paving way for Colt Emerson to take over at short. 20-year-old. The windup and the 1-1. Swing and a foul tip into Cal's glove, and the count of ball and 2 strikes. Coming back with another fastball. And now with 2 strikes, JP playing way off the bag at third for Meckler, a left-handed hitter. Mariners 3-2 against the Angels this year. They were 9-4 against the Angels this season. Or excuse me, last year. Now the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bryce's splits this year, he's been great against righties and lefties, but he's been even tougher against left-handed hitters. Left-handed hitters batting just .155 against them because of that splitter. See what he does right here. The windup and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a splitter for strike 3. And that's the pitch that he likes when he gets out in front or with 2 strikes on a left-handed hitter. Strike 3, and that's 3 strikeouts in a row for Bryce Miller. And the Angels have 2 outs here in the top half of the second. That'll bring up right fielder Joe Adell. Time now for tonight's Men of Steel report, brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. How about Bryce Miller? With that 1.97 ERA coming into tonight's game. The windup and the pitch to Adell. It's outside for ball 1. Tonight's Men of Steel report brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Visit steelusa.com or your local Steel dealer today. No score, top of inning number 2. Bryce is now retired 5 in a row to start things off. Next pitch on the way, and that's in there for a strike. The splitter is in there, and the count is even on Adell at 1 ball and 1 strike. Adell 0 for 4 on Tuesday, 1 for 8 in the series. Had a big year, power numbers last year, 37 home runs, 98 runs batted in. The windup in the 1-1. Check swing. Did he go? Yeah, he did. Says home plate umpire. By the way, the home plate umpire tonight is Charlie Ramos. David Rackley, the umpire at first. Chris Guccione at second. Esther Cejas, the umpire at third base. Quartet of umpires tonight. Cool, cloudy night here in Seattle. The look in by Miller, looking for another strikeout. He's got 3 of them. Miller ready, gets the sign from Cal. Here's the windup and the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss and a sweeper for strike 3. Bryce Miller has struck out the side here in the top half of the second. He's fanned the last 4 batters in a row. He's retired the first 6 Angel hitters to start things off. What a performance.
That's up the middle, base hit. Maddox makes a turn. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close. He's going to miss. Safe. He didn't touch it. This is bizarre, folks. This is bizarre. That's unreal.
What do you think? You ever seen that play before like that?
I've never seen anything like it.
puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
With a Flex plan, you can choose your games and seats as you go. Plus, lock in guaranteed postseason access and no ticket fees. Join today at mariners.com/flex.
Our Mechanics Bank score, no score, bottom half of the second. Leading things off, catcher Cal Raleigh. The pitch by Urania, high and wide. It misses the glove of Ohapi, the catcher, and hits off the backstop on the fly. Just a bit outside. 1-0 the count on Cal. Here's the stretch. Urania ready, fires away the 1-0, and that's outside. Ball 2. Love doing that. A little tribute to our longtime friend Bob Uecker. In the movie Major League, he had lit all his lines, and one of them was just a bit outside. Charlie Sheen threw one about 50 feet off the plate. Here's the pitch on the way. A strike on Cal. The count is now 2-1. Miss our good buddy Bob Uecker. Passed away before the start of last season. One of the funniest guys ever in the history of the game of baseball, and a great broadcaster in the Hall of Fame. Next pitch. Swing and a miss by Cal for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Don't forget the first time I met him. Spring training 1983. Dave Meows and I and Kevin drove out to Sun City, Arizona. The press box was on top of the concession stand. Here's the pitch on the way to Cal, and it's up high for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and we work our way to the roof of the concession stand, and there's this guy sitting in this lattice lawn chair that probably cost about $5. Nothing but his shorts on, with a silver sun shield. Here's the pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss by Cal for strike 3, and there's one out for the Mariners in the bottom of the second. I don't even know what they call those things. You put it underneath your neck and reflect the sun, and so you can bake a little bit more. You know, I don't know. But Bob Uecker had that, and Dave introduced me. He says, "Hey, Ueck, this is my new partner, Rick Riz." He goes, "Hey, Ricky, how you doing?" Sitting there suntanning before a ball game against the Brewers. Here's Luke Raley. Good to see him back in the lineup. The pitch is outside for ball 1. A reflective plate. I don't even know what they're called.
I don't know what they're called either.
Yeah. I'm looking for help here. Oh, man. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Luke. Swing and a miss, and the count is even on Raley at 1 ball and 1 strike. Luke playing with that sore left arm. He's got it wrapped. He's got a sleeve on it to help him out. Hopefully he's all right. Man, he got off to a red-hot start the first few months of the season. Now the 1-1 to Luke. Swinging a foul out of play on the third base side. And the count is now 1-2. 1 out, nobody on, no score. Final game of the 3-game series. Mariners looking for a sweep. Back in first place with Texas starting tonight. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. And there's 2 down. Let's pause for station identification time. This is the NC Machinery Mariners Radio Network. Here's second baseman Cole Young. He takes a strike from Urania. 0-1. Man, this young man has been outstanding all year long. He's played in every game this year. And this is game number 88. 22 years of age, former first-round pick. Next offer is low and inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cole batting .261, 9 home runs already. 41 runs batted in. He hit 4 last year. He came up at the end of May of last season. Now the stretch and the 1-1 on the way. Strike on the inside corner. Says Mr. Ramos, home plate umpire. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mariners a couple of nights ago with the 8-3 win over the Angels. Brian Wu was outstanding, pitching in the 7th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a changeup down and away for strike 3. And Urania strikes out the side here in the bottom half of the second. 3 strikeouts for Walbert Urania. We go to the top of the third. We're tied. Mariners nothing, the Angels nothing.
In baseball, it's important to use your head, but it's not always helpful.
It hit him in the head, and oh no,
That's gonna be a home run.
Well, Jose, you have company.
And batter beware, the animal is loose.
Can I see that jump again? It looked like Luke Cornett trying to block a 3.
Now, there's top rail, and then there's yelling 4.
He hits him right in the palm of the glove.
It certainly grades an A for effort.
David Peterson on to pitch. Jacob Marcy loses the bat.
Oh, somebody's throwing a baseball up there from the Mets dugout to try and loosen it.
Shot up the middle, that's where Hyer Lee is, and he drops the ball! Unbelievable.
And how about a look at some heads-up defensive plays?
Converging, it's Antonacci with the diving play.
And what a rolling grab by Jorge Barrosa.
It's by the pole, and Siri got it. He went up and got it.
That, folks, is the magic of baseball.
Royo on the spin, smother, got it!
Fundy goes behind the back.
How about that?
Fly ball in foul territory. Mike Felder was there, but could not hold on to the ball. Like he had it.
There's the ball there, and then that ball comes out of somebody's glove in the stands.
See, he thought the ball at his feet
was the ball in play.
Was the ball in play? He did, and he slapped his own glove, thinking he had missed the catch when in essence he had it.
That is weird. That is a very weird play, and I don't ever want to see it again.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Well, we head to the third inning. Mariners and the Angels, no score. Bryce Miller has been excellent so far. Miller has fanned 4 in a row. He's retired all 6 he has seen. Off to an excellent start. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. And we have a change for the Mariners. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, fouled away. Julio is out of the game. Robles takes over in center field for the Mariners. So Julio was hit in the back of the head on a throw in the first inning, was going to second base, and Shonowell, the first baseman, threw to second and hit Julio in the back of the head. Here's the 0-1. That's upstairs to Peraza. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Julio had a long conversation at third base after he rounded second, went to third. So he's out of the game now. Rosarena was also hit by a pitch in the first inning. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Mariners threatened. They had the bases loaded. A painful way to do it. Did not score. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Miller trying to strike out his 5th in a row. That would tie a career high. Steps into the pitch. The 1-2. Strike 3 called Friesen. Zipped it in at the knees at 96. Bryce Miller has fanned 5 in a row, matching a career high. And now it's being challenged by Peraza. It is a strike. It stands. The first 7 knocked down by Bryce Miller. As we take a look at Who's Hot, brought to you by Fireside Home Solutions. Check them out for the perfect garage door, outdoor living space, or fireplace in Bellevue, Auburn, Spokane, or Portland, or firesidehomesolutions.com. And it is Bryce Miller. Josh Lowe, the center fielder, stands in. No score. Third inning. Here's the offer. Swung on, fouled back. If you look at best strikeout rates for pitchers who have thrown at least 40 innings, Bryce Miller just over that. Bryce Miller has the 5th best strikeout rate in baseball. He steps into the 0-1. Swung on and missed. He's looking for a career high 6th straight strikeout. No balls, 2 strikes, way ahead. Miller, not of the head. Bryce winds. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on, cracked to center field. Robles back. He's in front of the track. Little back pedal by Victor in front of the wall. He makes the catch. And that's the second out. So the first 8 retired. Now what's interesting about the top 5 in terms of strikeout rate, Jacob Misiorowski on top, which is no surprise, you know, the flamethrower at 100+ miles per hour so consistently. But for Mariners fans, second on that list is Dylan Cease, and he's going to get the start in Game 1 against the Mariners tomorrow. 7:10 here, Mariners and Blue Jays. Here's the first pitch to O'Hoppe, swung on, fouled back. Now number 3 on that list is Louis Varland, who's the ace bullpen guy for the Blue Jays, who pitches a ton. So 2-3 the Mariners will be facing coming up starting tomorrow. Miller's 0-1. Here it is. Swung on and missed. A slow wave at a splitter. And O'Hoppe down to the count. No balls, 2 strikes.
Man, that combination of the fastball and the splitter, the gap of the velocity, everything tunnels out just like it's going to be the fastball, but the splitter just dives down at the knees.
Here's the 0-2. This time he lays off. A good splitter in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the third, no score. Mariners and Angels. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Cal shakes his head side to side. Bryce does the same. Now they're on the same page. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, slow roller out in front of home plate. Pounced on by Bryce Miller. Bobbles, recovers, underhand toss to first in time to get O'Hoppe. And Bryce Miller has gone through the order the first time in order. 9 up, 9 down for Bryce Miller. He's been excellent so far. We head to the bottom of the third. No score.
Thanks for joining us tonight and celebrating the OC bobblehead. It's time now for the start.
That's going to be a fair ball for Cianfrocco. He's going to get at least a double. There's that tough corner. Throw coming in. It's way over. I don't know what happened. It might have hit the stands. And the Padres have scored a run on that play.
Watch this. He goes down, picks it up, and he gets a piece of paper between the ball and his fingers.
That's the weirdest play I've seen in forever.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
mechanicsbank.com/baseball. Mechanics Bank, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Get more baseball for your buck with Mariners value options. Tickets for less than $12 to select games all season and the biggest ever value menu and beer lineup, featuring 36 items and available every game. Check it out at mariners.com/value.
Colt Emerson will start here in the third inning. No score. Mariners and Angels. Urena into the wind, the pitch. He sends it over for a strike. He struck out the side in the second after leaving the bases loaded in the first. A double play ended the Mariners' threat in the first inning. Urena's been excellent this year, the rookie, the 0-1. Swung on a miss. His first season in the bigs. We talked about his last start, where he gave up 7 earned, all in the same inning Friday against the A's. The 0-2. Swung on, fouled back. But the 10 starts before that, a 1.93 ERA. So he's been really good for most of this season. The 0-2. Swung on, a charge to center field. Lowe is over in the gap, ranging over in front of the track, reaches up, makes the catch. And there's one out here in the third. Hey, Mariner fans, you can play Mariners Bingo, presented by Farmers Insurance, at marinersbingo.com. No need to be at the stadium to join the fun. You can get awesome prizes like tickets and autographed gear from your favorite players. It's free, it's fun, it's all Mariners baseball. Just go to marinersbingo.com to start playing. Here's JP. The offer. Up and away. 96 on the fastball. JP grounded to short his first time. Here's the offer. He watches all the way, and that's a strike.
JP playing in his 1,000th career game. 928 with the Mariners, 72 as a Philadelphia Philly.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on a charge into the gap, right center field, falling fast, low over. He leans over, makes the catch on the run. That's the second out. Yeah, it's pretty rare company in terms of Mariners who have played 1,000 games. JP is 10th on the all-time games played list, now at 928 with the Mariners. Edgar has played the most, over 2,000 games with the Mariners. He's number 1 on the list. Here's Victor Robles, his first at bat. The pitch is a strike. Victor taking over for Julio in center field after Julio was hit in the back of the head on a throw in the first inning. He stayed in the game at the time, but left for defense last inning. The 0-1 at the knees. Ichiro is second on the all-time list. Then it goes Griffey, Seager, Jay Buhner in the top 5. Dan Wilson fittingly number 6 on the list. Here's the 0-2. Inside, and that hits Robles. Well, Randy's been hit already. Now Victor's been hit. This has been a rough night for the Mariners. They've already lost Julio, and now Victor in a ton of pain. Grimacing down the line. And the Mariners finally have their lefties back in the lineup, at least to start this game as healthy as they've been in a while, and then they already lose Julio. And a couple other guys have been hit. It was actually on the back arm for Victor.
This has been a really painful start. Victor is in a whole bunch of pain. He can't even stand up. He's down on both knees on top of the first base bag, looked over by Taylor Bennett this time. We saw Kyle Torgerson have to go out twice in that bottom of the first inning when Julio was hit in the back of the head with a throw, and Randy was hit on his left elbow with a pitch.
That was 98 off the back elbow. He's going through some grip tests. They just showed it on the big screen here, which is why you heard moans and groans from the fans here. Oh, he talked about it. Urena can get wild, and he's been wild in this one. The walk, now 2 hit by pitches. And Wilson, a look of concern on his face. I think that got him in the forearm.
Yeah. From his right arm, he started his swing, then he checked his swing, tried to lift up his arms, but hit him right below his wrist on his right forearm at 98 miles an hour.
He's going to stay in. So Robles at first, 2 outs. They'll bring up Dom Canzone. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Bottom of the third, no score. Mariners and Angels. Sams have already lost Julio tonight. His replacement, Victor, just got hit. Dom reached on that error last time. The ground ball to first. Ended up hitting Julio in the back of the head on the throw by Shonowell. Throw to first base. Robles scrambles back to the bag. Fans don't like that. Immediately after hitting Robles and throwing over. Here comes the pitch to Dom. Swung on, ground ball, softly hit left side. Guzman, the third baseman, gloves. Lob toss across the diamond and plenty of time to get the out. and the Mariners done in the third. So we move along to the fourth. Mariners and Angels, no score, your Mechanics Bank score, on the NC Machinery Mariners Radio Network.
How do you go from a triple play to a two-way star through a bracelet and the babe? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
This story starts way back in the early 20th century.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, "Neil, where are you going?" He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before, both across the country and around the world.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's back.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
No score. We head to the fourth inning. Mariners and Angels. M's trying to break out the brooms today. Bryce Miller has been excellent. He's put down the first 9 in order, has 5 strikeouts. He'll face Neto here, the leadoff man, who popped to first on 1 pitch to start the game. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. He was way off on a splitter. Miller's had it all working tonight. He's our premium matchup presented by Alaska Airlines, the official airline of the Seattle Mariners, and your new gateway to the world. Miller staring in, waiting for Neto. Bryce winds the pitch. Swung on, lifted right field. Raley barely has to move 1 step to his right. Under it, makes the catch. 10 in a row to start this game retired by Bryce Miller. You can experience a new level of comfort aboard Alaska's new 787 Dreamliner, flying nonstop to top destinations around the globe. Well, Bryce has been so good this year. An ERA under 2. In his first 8 games, 7 starts to begin this season. Shotwell will bat, the first baseman, grounded to short. He goes into the wind. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. He's doing a couple things in combo that's pretty extraordinary. Maybe simple sounding, but it's the backbone of what's going on for Bryce Miller. He's into the wind. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on. Soft ground ball to second base. Gobbled up. Cole Young flips it to first in time to get the out. He has a very high strikeout rate, as we talked about. Pitchers with at least 40 innings, it's 5th best. His walk rate, with the same grouping, the lowest walk rate. He's striking out a ton of guys. He's not walking very many. And that is a tremendous starting point for any pitcher.
About 1 walk every 10 strikeouts.
Here's Guzman. The pitch. That's a strike. It's one of my favorite stats. If you take K rate minus walk rate, you end up with a percentage. And when you look at the best at that percentage, it's usually the best of the best in baseball. There's a reason. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, ground ball, couple hops to third base. Backhand JP, tricky hop, has it, fires high. It goes over Naylor. It hits the sidewall. Naylor scoops it up as Guzman gets into second base. That's going to be an error on JP. So I was looking at K rate minus walk rate. Bryce Miller is second in baseball Jacob Mizorowski is first, but that tells you the kind of company that he's keeping.
Yeah, you're in good shape when you're not walking anybody and you're striking out a ton of guys. You're keeping guys off bases. If you do get in trouble, you got the strikeout pitch, you got the swing and a miss. You're not giving up any runs.
Here's Soler. He struck out his first time. Runner at second base, the first base runner for the Angels. The pitch. Swung on a missed. Comes up empty on a splitter. Miller just 40 pitches as well, trying to pitch around the error.
That splitter is such a great pitch. It's either a swing and a miss, Gary, or it's a weak ground ball to the second baseman, like we saw off the bat of Shanuel.
Here's the 0-1. That misses away on a sweeper. StatCast puts a value on each individual pitch, and if you look at splitters, the only splitter that's more valuable than Bryce's in baseball is Nathan Eovaldi. And keep in mind, part of it's cumulative as well, so Miller hasn't pitched a full first half like Eovaldi has. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on, fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And then the right-handed hitters have to be aware of the sweeper. So he's got pitches that go in and away from left-hand, right-handed hitters.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Bryce. Swung on, popped up. That's out of play behind home plate. Four seam at 97 miles per hour. Bryce retired the first 11 he saw before that error. There's 2 outs. No score, 4th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Miller set from the chest. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. Went down to a knee. Bryce Miller, a vicious splitter. Soler swings through. 6th strikeout for Bryce Miller. He's retired 12 of the 13 hitters he has seen so far.
And what do we got? Oh, it's one of those parabolic mics. This is one of the sillier delays that I've seen. Gino Hackett, his heels a little high. He's airmailed into right field.
Heath at third, backpedaling, and he can't make the catch. That was awkward.
Trying a little trickeration. Nobody fell for it. It's worth a shot. Why not? Oh, that's funny. Wait till they mass market them, like the Grimace.
Yeah.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Grounded right side, heading toward the plate, and look at Kendall! Is he safe? Ha ha ha! How about that play? What a job by Kendall! Do you believe that one?
How about that leap over Hernandez, who had stretched out to take the throw?
That is unbelievable. Watch Kendall again.
Our reveal.
It just continues. 505.
The weekend wraps up on Sunday with a collectible 50 Seasons pin giveaway thanks to KeyBank. Seats are going fast. Get yours at mariners.com/tickets.
First pitch to Randy is a sweeper. That's a strike over the corner. Randy hit by a pitch last time. Randy's been hit. Robles has been hit. Julio had to leave the game. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul back. Julio in the first inning was going to second base. Shanuel on a ground ball threw to second, hit Julio on the back of the head. He stayed in the game, back of the helmet specifically, but left for a defensive replacement. The 0-2 swung on, fouled away. No score, 4th inning. Bryce Miller has been awesome so far. He's allowed just one base runner, and that was on an error. 6 strikeouts. He's been dominant. Mariners looking to break through. The pitch. Swung on, chopped foul at home plate. Zeros across for both teams. They have the exact same scoreline. 0 runs, 0 hits, 1 error on both sides. Here's the 0-2 to Randy. That's off the plate. That's done a 4-seam. He has sprayed the 4-seam at times. As Urania. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He is set. Deals. Randy watches it all the way in a changeup that dances low. That is a great pitch for him. Opponent's batting just 172 against it. It's plenty of whiff as well. It's a great out pitch for him. So we pitch number 50. He deals. Swung on. Fouled back to the screen. Randy stays alive. Fans getting behind Randy. Here's the 2-2. Inside. Then almost got a piece of him again. This time near the kneecaps. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes his offer to Randy. Swung on. Line drive. Right field. Falling fast. Adele over. He makes the catch on the move. 1 away. Good fight by Randy, but put away. So we take a look at the Chevy Equinox scoreboard. Yesterday the Mariners didn't play, but the Rangers lost, so the Mariners actually moved into a tie for first place yesterday. Rangers playing right now. They're taking on Detroit in Arlington. Rangers leading 6-3. Double up on the Tigers. The pitch to Naylor. Swung on a miss. A waving cut and a changeup low in the zone. Remember, Valdez got the start for the Tigers, gave up 5 runs in 5 innings. Meanwhile, Eovaldi for the Rangers struck out 9 in 5 innings. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, softly hit left side, long run. Neto, he's in the hole, throws on the move to first base in time to get the out. It's good play. 2 away. So we'll see if the Tigers have a comeback in them. They're in the bottom of the 7th now. Brings up Cal. No score, 4th inning. Here's the offer. Swung on a miss. He was going for it. That was a changeup that got a lot of the plate. Just swings through. Base is empty, 2 outs. Here's the offer. Not close. Way outside on a 2-seam. Velo a tick down for the Angels starter. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Not by a ton. His fastball's down 1 mile per hour. Averages 97.5 on the 4-seam. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cal, 2 outs. He's climbing towards 60 pitches. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, fouled away off the fist. Somehow stays alive. That was not easy. Bearing in on him towards the upper corner. Cal adjusts the helmet. Mariners wearing their City Connects tonight. They will again tomorrow night. Here comes the 1-2. The half cut. Did he go? He did not. Angels thought he did. They were walking off the field. He checked his swing, so the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cal steps out, adjusts the perfectly matching batting gloves to his jersey top. Blue and gold. The 2-2. Swung on a missed. Swings through a changeup. That's the 4th strikeout for Urania And that's it for the Mariners in the fourth. So a staring contest early. We head to the fifth. Mariners nothing, Angels nothing. Your Mechanics Bank.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right, right on a cliff.
Got a couple packs of Topps 2002. Going to open them up and see who I played with.
Oh, Bartolo Colon. This is actually a pretty good pack. So I got a chance to play with Bartolo in Cleveland. Really good teammate, cool dude. It was fun, man. He was always a great hitter.
Woody Williams, probably one of the best Astro killers ever. You always enjoyed chewing the stale gum while you were looking for your heroes.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Our Mechanics Bank score, the Mariners nothing and the Angels nothing. Neither side with a base hit as we go to the top of the fifth inning, and the Mariners have another roster move during this game. Victor Robles hit by a pitch, has to come out of the ball game. So now Vic Raley, who was in right field, takes over in center. Weston Wilson will take over in right field. It's been a rough night for the Mariners. Wade Meckler, the hitter, swinging a pop-up out of play into the gray skies down the left field side, out of play, and the count is 0-1 on Meckler. Now Julio Rodriguez, of course, started the game in center field. He was hit in the back of the head with a throw running from first to second by the first baseman Nolan Shanuel. He tried to stay in the game and then eventually had to come out. Here's a swing and a line drive high in the air, and the ball is popped out of the glove of Naylor. Re-catches it on the way down. Josh Naylor stayed with it. Up in the air, wiggled out of the webbing of his glove. It stayed right in front of him. He caught it on the way down. It's a heck of a catch by Naylor at first base. A little juggling right there. But Meckler is out, number one. Nice play by Josh.
It's the second time he's done that recently.
Wow.
That's not easy to do.
He had to climb the ladder to get to it, and then on the way down, so it was just a bit in front of him to his left, and Reed caught it. Here's Joe Adell, swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. Bryce Miller's been outstanding tonight. But Julio had to eventually leave the game because he was hit in the back of the helmet going from first to second on a throw by the first baseman Nolan Shanuel, trying to start a double play. And then Victor Robles replaced him. Here's the pitch. And it's low for ball one. 1-1 the count on Adell. And then Victor Robles was hit on his right forearm with a pitch from Urania, and Robles now has to leave the game. So Julio is gone, Robles is gone, Raley from right to center, and now Weston Wilson is in right field. The windup and the 1-1 pitch, swinging a foul out of play on the first base side. 1-2 on Adell, and this has been a very painful start for the Mariners tonight against the Angels. Both sides looking for their first hit. And Bryce Miller has been outstanding. 4 1/3 innings. And 6 strikeouts along the way. He had 5 strikeouts in a row. Miller looks in, looking for strikeout number 7. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Adell. Low and outside off the glove of Cal. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Miller has been mighty tough for a long time. 45 2/3 innings on the year. He's given up only 28 hits, only 5 walks. 54 strikeouts coming into tonight's game. The pitch, swinging a foul back by Adele. Took a big rip at a fastball. Fouled it straight back, so he was on it. And the count is still even on Adele at 2 balls and 2 strikes. No one will ever forget his defensive performance back on April the 4th in Anaheim when he robbed 3 home runs from the Mariners. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high pop-up, shallow center field, going out young, coming in is Raley. Luke is there and will make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 down for the Angels. Say, friends, when considering a Volvo, people should come to Sandberg Volvo Cars in Linwood to experience the Sandberg difference. The only Excellence Award winner and family-owned and operated Volvo dealership in the entire Northwest. You're going to come in as a friend and leave as a member of the family with a great car. See great reviews at SandbergVolvoCars.com. Had a chance to see Angela Jackson, her husband Reggie, at the ball game a couple of nights ago. Here's Peraza swinging, pops it up in behind first base. Naylor going back, shallow grass in right field near the line. Josh is there, and he makes the catch. 3 pop-ups for the Angels here in the top half of the 5th inning. 5 scoreless innings for Bryce Miller. He has been outstanding.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
David Peterson on to pitch. Jacob Marcy loses the bat, which hits the netting and stays right there. How about that? Wow.
Clanked it, hit him in the head, and oh no. That could be a home run. That is a home run, almost Canseco style.
Hey, Willie. You can do whatever you like, but I really don't think you want to do it this way.
No, Raymond is fishing for trout, apparently. There.
Oh, DJ Kitty has now entered the picture with Raymond, and the standoff is over.
Excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Our Mechanics Bank score: the Mariners nothing and the Angels nothing as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Luke Raley leads it off. Here's the pitch on the way from Urania, low and inside for ball 1.
He's the center fielder now, so he should be careful in this at bat.
Yes. 2 previous center fielders. 1 hit in the head, 1 hit in the arm, out of the game. Julio Rodriguez and Victor Robles. Next pitch, a strike on Raley, and the count is even at 1 ball to 1 strike. It's good to see this guy back in the lineup. Bothered by that sore left arm. Here's the pitch to him, and a swing and a miss at the sweeper, and the count is 1-2 on Luke. Both starters have been outstanding. Bryce Miller for the Mariners, 5 scoreless, hasn't given up a hit, no walks, and has struck out 6. The windup and the 1-2, swinging a ground ball back up the middle, in behind the bag at second goes Neto. On the other side of the bag, he's got it. The throw to first in time to get Raley for the out, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up Cole Young. Well, cheers to 50 seasons. Enter now to win the chance to attend the Seattle Mariners 50 season celebration night thanks to Corona. Head to CBISweeps.com/Corona Mariners 50 seasons to learn more. No purchase necessary. Open only to legal U.S. residents. Here is Cole Young, 0 for 1. Struck out back in the second. The wind of the pitch on the way to Cole, and it's outside for ball 1.
Well, joking aside, the Mariners are down 2 on the bench. You have Garver, and you have Buddy Kennedy, who is not stepped foot in a major league outfield before, so hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Now the 1-0 pitch swung on, hit high in the air, straightaway center field, coming over is low. He's there, waits for it to come down. He makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. My goodness, Mariners are running out of bodies in this ball game. It's good to get Raley and Canzone back in the lineup after missing the game on Tuesday. Now you got Julio out of the game and Victor Robles.
Good thing they were ready to go tonight.
Yeah. Here's Cole Emerson, and the pitch to Colt is a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Cole 0 for 1 is flat out to low in center field. Good to see my buddy Rain here at the ballpark tonight. Spends a lot of time at the Atlanta Street Center. Here's the pitch on the way. Check swing, and it's outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Buddy Kennedy has played 13 games and left in the minors, so
he's qualified.
He has stood out in the outfield before.
He stood out. I like that. Here's the 1-1 on the way, and it's a strike out of the inside corner. 1-2. Yeah, I was talking with Buddy the other day, and we played the interview before the ball game tonight. He's the kind of guy that you can plug him in anywhere in the infield and the outfield. The windup and the 1-2 pitch, and it's up high. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's what Brendan Donovan did the last few years with the St. Louis Cardinals. And man, if we miss Donovan, who's been out for 7 weeks, working out today, running. He'll go on a rehab assignment when the team goes on the road. The next pitch swung on, bounced foul on the first base side by Emerson, and the count stays even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But he was very pleased. He said, I still have to check off a few more boxes. He's taking ground balls at third, ground balls at second. Doing a lot of running to test out that sore groin. Swinging a ground ball to third. Up with the ball is Guzman. The throw to first, and it's in time to get hustling Cole Emerson, and that will retire the side. We go to the top of the 6th inning, and our Mechanics Bank score, it is still the Mariners 0 and the Angels 0.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Got to get yourself ready.
The fidget spinner. Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with this play. You got to. You're right there. You had 2 hands. He looked it in. Oh.
No score. Mariners and Angels to the 6th we go. Bryce Miller has been outstanding. He'll face Josh Lowe, who flew out to center his first time. Miller into the wide. He steps into the pitch. Here it is. Sends it just off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 base runner for the Angels. That was on an error. That has been it so far. Miller has been spectacular. Here's the 1-0. Down low on a splitter. Miller didn't look thrilled with that. 2 balls, no strikes. No runs, no hits, 1 error on both sides. Identical score lines. Here's the pitch. Swung on, lifted, right field, hit well, racing back Wilson. He is at the track just in front of the wall. He makes the catch. So Wilson puts it away. Miller has retired 16 of 17. Really, he hasn't been hit all that hard. It was a nice play by Josh Naylor last inning. It was kind of a line drive. It was off his mitt, popped up in the air, made the catch. That was our save of the game, brought to you by BECU. It's always a good time to save. Learn more about the BECU Early Saver account, becu.org/early saver. Oh, Hoppy bats, the offer. Misses away. Miller has been very efficient as well. This will be pitch number 60 as he works here in the 6th. He has fanned 6. His last start against Pittsburgh, he tied a career-high 11 strikeouts. Gave up 3 earned runs. Here's the 1-0. That's in there. It was the first time he had allowed more than 2 earned runs in any start this season. 1 ball, 1 strike on Logan O'Hoppe, the catcher for the Angels. He kicks, delivers. Swung on, chopped foul, third base side. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. This is game 3 of 3. Mariners trying to sweep the Angels. Blue Jays in town. Literally, they're in town right now. Mariners and Blue Jays starting a series tomorrow. 7:10 first pitch. Luis Castillo, Dylan Cease, game 1. Here's the 1-2 from Bryce. Swung on, tagged, but fouls. He yanks it upper deck, third base side. Gilbert and Hancock on Saturday, 1:10 first pitch, Shane Bieber. And Sunday, a 2 o'clock first pitch, George Kirby. Trey Savage will get the ball. First time Mariners and Blue Jays have faced one another since the postseason last year. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. Zipped it in right on the corner. 97. His 7th punch out. And now it's being challenged by O'Hoppe. This is their last challenge on the line. Let's see. It's a strike. 2 away. Let's pause for station identification on the NC Machinery Mariners Radio Network. Here's Neto. The pitch. Swung on, chopped foul at home plate. Bryce has retired 17 of 18. He has fanned 7. Only base runner reached on an error. He has been dynamite. He's not thrown more than 14 pitches in any inning so far. He threw 9 last inning. He's thrown 9 this inning so far. He's been super efficient. Just 64 overall. Bryce into the motion. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. He jumped out of his shoes at a splitter. No balls, 2 strikes. Crowd gets behind Bryce. No score. Mariners and Angels, 6th inning. Miller winds, delivers. Bounced it. This time Neto does not chase the splitter. 1-2. Had 1 to waste. 7 punch outs for Bryce. Into the wind. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, grounded foul. This is more like it from Neto. He flew out on the first pitch he saw the first time. This is more along the lines of what we've seen from him.
In his first 2 at-bats a couple of nights ago, he saw 17 pitches. That's why that first pitch out was so remarkable to start the game.
See if Bryce can get rid of him right here. 2 outs. Miller into the motion, deals. Bounced it. Did not chase the sweep. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Seemingly this is about as deep a count as Bryce has been in with anybody. Quick nod of the head to Cal. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bryce, the pitch. Swung on, cracked to shortstop, a couple hops, charging. Emerson has it, throws on the move to first base. Little low, dug out by Naylor, and that is it. That's the out, and Bryce Miller has been sensational. He's retired 18 of 19 he has seen. He has blanked the Angels.
Driven deep to left field. Going back Ramos. Track. Wall. See ya. A home run for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees lead 3-0.
Got a lot of giddy up on it. Hey now.
Bludgeoned. He knew it.
It's just ridiculous upper body strength. Be able to muscle that ball.
Halfway up in the bleachers in left field. Stanton was 414.
108 miles an hour off the bat.
Big G ringing the bell. His first homer of the season. His second RBI in as many games.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Of course, D-Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
Describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Qualified buyers can also take advantage of 0% financing on Caterpillar compact equipment. Visit ncmachinery.com for details and exclusions. NC Machinery, official partner of your Seattle Mariners.
The pitch to JP is a strike over the corner. No score, bottom of the sixth, Mariners and Angels. Identical score lines. No runs, no hits, one error both sides. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ripped into the gap, right center field. Low is over in the gap. He's not going to get there. It's a hit. JP around first base. He wants to. Adele gets it in the looping throw to second. Not in time. JP Crawford. A leadoff double, the first hit of the ball game for either side.
We've seen a couple of drives into the gap in right center field, but they had too much hang time. This one had some backspin to it, and it got down there. It splits low, and Adele out there in right center field. It gets down, and the Mariners have the first hit of the night. JP reaches toward the heavens saying thank you, and the Mariners have the go-ahead run on at second base. Huge hit for JP.
Now here's Weston Wilson batting. Runners defenders on the corners expecting a bunt. Here it is, a bunt attempt that's fouled back to the screen. This was Julio's spot. Julio walked in the first on a ground ball to first base. He was taking second. Shonwell throwing to second hit Julio in the back of the helmet. Julio left the game. Victor Robles took his spot. Victor was hit by a pitch. He's out of the game. Here's the 0-1. Bunt. Nope. Pulls the bat back and takes it outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Weston Wilson is the third hitter in this spot in this game, taking the third plate appearance in this spot in this game. Bizarre night. The 1-1. No bunt. Swung on a missed. Missed a sweeper. So 1-2. So the Mariners down to 2 guys on the bench. Garver and Buddy Kennedy. Urena has been excellent. 77 pitches now. JP is lead at second base. No outs. The pitch. Just a touch low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Weston learned on that first pitch. He stayed away from the sweeper that time. Saw it. It's going to be down low. It was.
The 2-2. Swung on, fouled straight back. Got a piece of Ohapi, the catcher. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Legendary moment of the game brought to you by Miller Lite. Legendary moments start with a light. When it's game time, it's Miller time. It has certainly been Miller time tonight. Bryce Miller has been sensational. One base runner allowed. It was on an error. He has been so good. Now the Mariners trying to back him with a run here.
Wilson trying to bounce one to the right side of the infield. You got to get JP over to third.
Here comes the 2-2. Inside. Dropped by a Hoppy, but didn't go far. So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. This is a good at bat by Wilson. Putting him a fight here. Canzone on deck. Wilson had a big moment in this series with a 2 RBI base hit. Reyna steps off. He's staring at JP. He doesn't go back to second. He keeps his lead there at second base, just staring back at him. Reyna set. He deals 3-2. Here it is. Swung on a missed. There's that changeup again. Bottom of the zone. Perfect spot. He swings through. That's strikeout number 5. That's the first out. Brings up Dom. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Mariners looking for the lead. They just got their first hit. In fact, the first hit for either side, JP, a double. He's at second base, 1 out. Dom scorched through June. Here's the pitch. It's over the corner for a strike. Hit .314 for the month. And on base near .390 with 6 home runs. That led the Mariners in home runs for the month. The 0-1. Up and in. That's a twist out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Go ahead, run at second base. The pitch. Down low. Gets away from a Hoppy, but JP stays anchored at second. One of the things that really stood out in June from Canzone is just how hard he hit the ball. Looking at average exit velocities in June, he had the 7th best in the month, and all you need to do is look around the guys surrounding him. Here's the 2-1. Outside. You had Schwarber 5th, Ohtani 6th, Canzone 7th, Alvarez 8th. Tells you what you need to know.
Great company. Yeah, he had the 6 home runs, and how many times did his screaming Mimi a line drive right at somebody in the outfield? A number of times in June.
See if he gets one to hit here. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. It's in there. Did not go fastball. He went sweeper. And it just tickled the bottom of the zone, barely. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. JP at second, no score. Urania at 86 pitches. He delivers. Not close. Outside, ball 4. The Mariners now runners at first and second, 1 out. Mariners threatened in the first. They had the bases loaded. Naylor hit into a double play. Here's Randy. Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, will stroll out to have a chat with the Angels starter. Angels now will get the bullpen going. They have a lefty up. Natera is warming up, the only lefty that the Mariners have not seen in this series. Randy's been hit by a pitch. He's also lined to right. JP is lead at second base. Dom at first. Nice lead there. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, smoke, but foul. Down the right field line. It twists into the seats, out of play. 0-1. 88 pitches. They haven't done much against the Angels starter, but they have upped the pitch count. He's getting towards the end of the line. The 0-1. Just below the knees. Randy, yellow batting gloves, yellow shoes. Pinwheels the bat around one time. The 1-1. Bounced in. Ohapi smothers it. That was a good stop by Ohapi, who has struggled defensively this year, but it was a good stop there to keep the runners at first and second. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 on, 1 out. Tied score. Here's the pitch. Bounced in again. All right, 3 balls and 1 strike for Randy. He's had an all-star first half for the Mariners.
Now you can eliminate the changeup, the sweeper, look for that fastball. Put it in play.
Urena from the belt. And now steps off. Runners go back to the bags. Urena set again. The 3-1 to Randy. Swung on and missed. That's a good two-seam. 97 on the corner. Randy not happy, shaking his head, kind of hit his helmet with the barrel of the bat. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 2 on. And now time taken at home plate. 92 pitches. He's getting near the end. Naylor, a lefty on deck. This may be his last batter. The 3-2. Swung on, fouled away. That was a perfect pitch. Bottom corner, 97. I think it would have been a strike. It was very close. And Randy fights it off to live for another day. Crowd gets behind Randy. Mariners looking for the lead. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Urena. Here's the pitch. Swung on, a chopper third base side, just scoots foul. We'll do it again. And the longer this goes, the more certain it feels like this will be his final batter.
And he's fouled off some tough pitches. Everything down. The changeup down, the sweeper down, the sinker down. Right now, if he can get a pitch up, he can do some damage.
Yeah, waiting on that one mistake. Be pitch number 8. The 3-2. Up and in. There we go. Bases jammed again. And we'll see if the Angels go to the pen. Bases loaded, 1 out. Naylor batting. He batted with the bases loaded in the first and bounced into a double play. No movement from the dugout. He's going to stay. The lefty ready in the pen. They're not going to him. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's Josh Naylor. Urena at 95 pitches. Here comes his first offering to Josh. It's in there. Starts him with a changeup, his best pitch. 0-1. JP at third base now. The go-ahead run. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Another changeup. This one dancing out of the zone that Josh swings through. He's in a tough spot. No balls, 2 strikes. We're in the 6th inning. No score. JP doubled for the first hit of the game for either side in this inning. Canzone with a walk. Randy with a walk. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. 98, a 4-seam just out of the zone. Naylor swings through, and that's the second out. 6 strikeouts. Urena. And here's Cal. Mariners looking for anything to score this run from third. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. No score, 6th inning, bases loaded, 2 outs. The pitch to Cal. That's a strike. Cal, who had 3 Grand slams last season, 5 for his career. He would settle for just a single right now. So he pitched number 100. The offer. Swung on and missed. He went for it. Fastball at 97 right by Cal. It's down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes.
A lot of times he's going with that sinker away, changeup away. He might have to drive the ball the other way.
The 0-2. A check swing. It's off the bat. 98. He is emptying the tank right now. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded, tied score. The 0-2. It's low. Cal walks it all the way in. A sweeper just below the zone. 1-2. The 1-2 to Cal. Swung on, line drive, foul. Just misses the right field line. That would have scored at least 2.
Yeah, with that changeup, you're out in front, so he pulled it foul down that right field line. It's so hard to stay back on his changeup.
That's a really good pitch. One of the best changeups in baseball this year. The 1-2. Too high. Lays off the 4-seam at 98. Even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. JP at third, Dom at second, Randy at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Cal. Low and in. A changeup that misses. Full count. Something has to happen here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Already 2 walks this inning. Crowd on their feet. Mariners trying to break through. The pitch to Cal. Swung on, ripped right field foul. Just misses the line again, out in front of a changeup again.
He loves that changeup, and rightly so. It's a great pitch. What an at bat for Cal. He was 0-2, and now this is a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitch at bat for Cal Raleigh.
You know, that was a really great piece of hitting, because you look at where that ball ended up. It was at the very bottom of the strike zone, and it looks like that would have been enough for a strike. So Cal had to fight it off, had a lot of movement. He broke his bat, so he's getting a new one. This will be pitch number 9. This is a good fight from Cal.
That's why sometimes you got to drive that ball the other way. It was a pitch that was fading down and away in the outside corner. Let's see what happens here.
Bases loaded. 2 outs, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Cal. Upstairs, ball 4. The Mariners have broken through their first run of the ball game. Cal Raleigh, a bases loaded walk. 1-0 Mariners.
That was a big league at bat right there. Behind 0-2, fouls away some pitches, works it to 3-2, fouls away 2 nasty changeups, and then draws a bases loaded walk. Great at bat by Cal Raleigh.
And now the Angels going to the pen. They'll come back, bases loaded. Luke Raley will bat when we come back right after this.
You can see a lot of different characters at the ballpark, and this week brought out some of the best.
I just hope that whatever was going on with that hot dog, that dog now owned that hot dog.
I have not seen a cup on the bottom of a spike.
This is more of a hand grenade than it was a throw toward second.
Osuna gets one into the cone.
So look up and look out.
That bat exploded, and the Mariners have him loaded up.
Florida man's a real thing, Wayne.
Tarps off. Freebird time at Busch.
Fantastic entertainment.
Hats off and shirts off for the top defensive plays of the week.
Towards the side rail, he crashes into the wall, and he made the catch!
Another stop by Peraza, throw from his back, and he got it!
Now,
look if you dare. I shall not drop the ball.
Church is gonna make a diving catch.
Holy smokes, what a catch by Julio Rodriguez.
Into the dugout, flips into the dugout. Did he hold on? He did.
How about that?
Puede ser el dueño.
Within winning distance. Don't miss an all-new event during 50 Seasons Celebration Weekend, the Alumni Home Run Derby on August 7th, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Watch Ichiro, Mike Cameron, and more in this epic post-game competition. Get tickets at mariners.com.
Well, the new pitcher for the Angels, left-hander Sammy Natera. Bases still loaded, 1-0 Mariners lead.
Here's Luke Raley. Lefty on lefty, the pitch. Swung on a miss. Well, you know there won't be a pinch hitter here. Luke is playing center field now. The Mariners have lost 2 outfielders in this game. No Julio, no Robles, both out of the ball game. Bottom of the 6th, 1-0 M's. Bases loaded. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, fouled back to the screen. Good cut. Natera has pitched well. The rookie, just 8 games so far this year. An ERA under 1, just picked up his first big league save before the Angels got to Seattle. Is a really high strikeout rate in his short time. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on, popped up, and it's out of play. So far, in his 8 appearances, he's gone 80% four seam, 20% slider. So, not a lot of mystery what you're going to get from the lefty.
Yeah, look for the fastball.
The 0-2. Swung on a miss. Well, that was the slider he went to that time. Swings through, and that's it for the Mariners in the 6th. But they do get 1. Mariners lead 1-0. We head to the 7th. Your Mechanics Bank score on the end.
Third base line. Sprague goes home and he hits Ronnie Smith. Now also heading home is Voit. He's in. The ball will go over to the seats. Heading home is McLemore. And he is safe and the ball is dropped. And the fans are furious. The Toronto Blue Jays, the world champions, have done their 1962 Mets imitation.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games, all the games, pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time, because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Mitch Meyer at the wall, leaping off his glove, and look at Ross Globe preventing a 3-run home run. That is one of the oddest plays.
Giles, a long run towards the corner. Crashes through the door. For a moment, I thought he wanted to leave early.
A strange-looking defensive play by Pat Burrell. It looked like the invisible man came from behind and tackled him.
Wanted out in front of the plate. He's falling forward, and that's a Zach Bunches flare.
Yeah.
Here we go to the 7th inning. Mariners leading 1-0 over the Angels. Nolan Shonowell will lead off, the first baseman for the Angels. Miller winds the pitch. That's a strike. There's been 1 hit in this game between the two teams. The Mariners are the team that has it. A J.P. Crawford double. J.P. scored last inning on a bases loaded walk. Miller at 70 pitches. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, popped up, out of play. So he still has some room to operate in case you're thinking about things in the last couple of innings for Miller. Mariners only 1 hit, but that's 1 more hit than the Angels have so far. One nothing Mariners. No balls, 2 strikes. Miller with 7 punch-outs. Into the wind. The 0-2. Swung on, popped up. That's out of play. Beyond the Angels' third base dugout. Angels wearing their road reds tonight. Angels across the front in red. Red helmets, gray pants. Mariners in their city connects. Miller nods his head. Into the wind, the 0-2. Swung on, a looper, short right field, long run. Wilson racing in. He tumbles, can't make the catch. It's down, it's a base hit. Long way to run, a bloop base hit, and that's the first hit for the Angels tonight. That's a tough way to give up the first base hit.
Never land out there beyond the reach of Cole Young going out, and Weston Wilson coming in trying to get to it. Loop single by Shanuel. How about that? 6 innings of no-hit baseball for Bryce Miller tonight.
He's been so good tonight. Just 2 base runners, 1 an error, 1 a bloop single. Here's Guzman, the pitch. Swung on, fouled away. Now, though, things into focus. That was a leadoff single, so the tying run aboard here. Mariners a slim 1-0 lead. No balls and a strike on Guzman, the third baseman. JP playing in at third base. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Taking a look at the Chevy Equinox scoreboard. If the Mariners want to stay in a tie for first place, they're going to have to win tonight. The game in Arlington just finished, and the Rangers, no problems with the Tigers tonight. 10-4 the final. 17 hits for the Rangers tonight. Here's the 0-2 from Bryce. Swung on, looper, short right field. Weston this time goes in, goes to a dive. It's off his glove. It's loose on the ground. Shanuel to second base. He's going to hold there. Another bloop base hit. Wilson did all he could. Pressed into emergency duty in right field tonight. Raley was the starter in right, who's now playing center because the Mariners have lost Julio. They've lost Robles. Couple of bloop hits. Runners on first and second. No outs. Bizzardo starting to throw for the Mariners. Here's Soler, the pitch outside. Soler is fanned twice. Miller set. He deals. That's in there. Miller 2 pitches away from 80. 2 on, no outs. He has struck Soler out twice. Would love to do it again right here. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on, popped up a mile high behind home plate. Cal off with the mask. He's near the sidewall. He looks up, and that's 2 rows back into the seats. Looked like off the bat had a chance to stay in. Instead, it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Mariners want this sweep. They're leading 1-0 in the 7th. Tough spot right here. So they're the cleanup man for the Angels. Miller, black glove to the chest, stares in. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed, got him again. A 4-seam, ripped it right by him. The 8th strikeout for Bryce Miller, and that's the biggest one of the night so far. 1 away. Brings up Meckler, who's 0 for 2. He is fanned once. Line to first base as well in the 5th. And a juggling catch by Naylor. Shanuel at second. Guzman at first. Bloop singles to start this inning. Here's the pitch. That's in there. Right over the corner. Good slider. quite a mustache battle here between Miller and Meckler. The 0-1. That's inside. Looks like it's some kind of Western going on right now between these two. Miller just stares in at Meckler. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, ripped down the first base line. It just scoots foul off the bag, way out in front of a splitter. So 2 strikes on Meckler now. Miller with white shoes, towing the rubber from the stretch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch to Meckler. Now he spins around and he looks Shonowell back to the bag, who does not have a steal this year.
Lots of swings and misses and pop-ups. Only 4 ground ball outs behind Bryce in this game. Could sure use one right here for a double play.
Spire has joined Bizzardo in the bullpen. The 1-2. That's fouled off. It's a good pitch. A slider at the kneecaps. Meckler fights it off. Just 2 hits for the Angels, both in this inning. 1 hit for the Mariners. But the Mariners cashed it in with a run. 1-0 M's. Miller set. He deals 1-2. Swung on, skied center field. Raley a couple steps back. He's tracking it. He's under it. He makes the catch. Shonowell no tag at second. He will hold. That's the 2nd out. Runners don't move up.
And the key for Bryce Miller with 2 on and nobody out at the time. The strikeout of Soleri can advance the runners. If he did, with a ground ball to the right side, that would have been a sacrifice fly. We would have had a tie game. But he got that first out with the runners staying at first and second. Now he's got 2 outs with still both runners at first and second.
After that out, Cal will jog out. He's going to talk to Bryce. We're going to talk about this attack plan as Joe Adell will stand in. Adell's 0 for 2, a fly out to center and a strikeout. You got Angels at first and second, 2 outs now. Bryce trying to get through the 7th. Bizzardo and Spire are both ready. It's a long conversation between Cal and Bryce. Bryce, a smile on his face as the meeting is broken up.
Pitch count still manageable, 85. A chance to get through the 7th inning for Bryce, who's been outstanding. But just in case, as you mentioned, Bizzardo and Spire getting ready.
Adell stands in. Bases jammed. Or excuse me, runners at first and second. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up, third base, foul ground, and that's going to get out of play. JP's over near the sidewall. He brushes up against the netting, but that's a good 12 rows back. So Bryce ahead. No balls and a strike. Miller set. He deals 0-1. It's low. A sweeper. Adell lays off. Adell will chase. It's a pretty high chase rate. Miller ball in his right hand as he stares in. A little shake of the head. Now nods up and down. Here comes his 1-1. It's too high. Fastball 95 miles per hour, just above the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Miller retired 18 of the first 19 he saw into this inning. The only base runner was on an error. The 2-1. That just missed a splitter that stayed up. No challenge. Mariners have 2 of them. If they would have challenged that, I think they would have had it. This will be pitch number 90 for Bryce. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the 3-1. Swung on, crack, 2 hops to shortstop. Backing up, Colt has it. The short way to second base. In time, they get the force out. And Bryce Miller does it. Dances out of trouble in the 7th. He has been spectacular tonight. 7 scoreless innings on 2 hits against the Angels. Marvelous Miller again. Just sensational this year for the Mariners. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Mariners leading.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Baseball. Trident's up.
Join the Mariners for 4th of July weekend at T-Mobile Park as the team squares off against the Blue Jays. The fun gets started tomorrow with a fireworks night, presented by T-Mobile. Then celebrate the 4th on Saturday with a patriotic bucket hat. Available to the first 10,000 fans. Thanks to Coca-Cola. Get tickets at mariners.com.
Cole Young swings at the first pitch, fouls it away. 0-1. Natera still in there, the lefty. He'll have some lefties to face here in Young, Emerson, and J.P. Crawford. The 3 due up this inning. 1-0 Mariners. Here's the pitch. Misses wide. Bottom of the 7th inning. That's your Mechanics Bank score. Young 0 for 2. 2 hits for the Angels, 1 hit for the Mariners. Here's the 1-1 outside. J.P. Crawford, a leadoff double in the 6th inning. He came around to score on a 2-out, bases-loaded walk to Cal Raleigh to drive in the only run in this game. Bryce Miller has been sensational. He's our working hard player of the game, brought to you by Timberland Pro and Whistle Workwear. The 2-1. That's in there. For the ones working hard every day, Timberland Pro available at Whistle Workwear. You just can't say enough about Bryce. 7 innings of 2-hit ball, no runs, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. He's been so good this year for the Mariners since returning off the IL. Here's the 2-2. Swung on a miss. Young swings through. Natera records his 2nd out, both on strikeouts. Here's Cole. The first pitch to him. Misses away. Mariners and Blue Jays starting a series tomorrow night. The final 3 home games for the Mariners before the All-Star break. Here comes the 1-0. That misses away. The Mariners have, it's going to be a very challenging road trip with the Marlins and the Rays, the 2 Florida teams. Rays have won 8 in a row. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Now, the best record in the American League at 51-33. The Marlins in third place in the NL East. They're 4 games above 500. They've been good as well. Here's the 2-1. That's a strike. Marlins had an excellent June, so that's going to be a very tough road trip heading into the All-Star break. First things first, looking for the sweep here against the Angels. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Colt, 1 out. The 2-2. It's away. 1-0 Mariners, bottom of the 7th. Looks like no one throwing for the Mariners. The 3-2. Swung on a missed. Terra has faced 3 batters. He's fanned them all. 2 outs. That brings up JP. It's been the offensive hero so far for the Mariners. His leadoff double set the table. Yeah, Mariners do have action in the pen. I think it's still Bizzardo getting loose. So we'll see if the Mariners go to the pen. Face the bottom 3 of the order for the Angels in the 8th. The pitch. That's a strike. No one warming for the Angels. Their bullpen quiet. 1-0 M's, bottom of the 7th. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2. Rushes up a 4-seam on the corner. Yeah, it looks like Miller's probably done. He's surrounded by Kirby and Hancock talking things over. Miller laughing. And Bizzardo still throwing. So it looks like it's going to be Bizzardo. At least that's the guess. Here's the 0-2. Misses to JP. 1-0 Mariners. 7th inning. The Terra set. Here's the 1-2. Swung on a chopper on front of home plate, picked up by O'Hoppe with the bare hand, throws to first base, and it's just in time to get JP, and that's it for the Mariners in the 7th. So they're still holding a 1-0 lead. Your Mechanics Bank scores. We come back. It's going to be Bizzardo to start the 8th inning.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Our Mechanics Bank score, it's the Mariners 1 and the Angels nothing. And combined 3 hits in this game. The Mariners have only 1. The Angels have a couple. Whole lot of pitching tonight. Eduardo Bizzardo will take over in relief. Bryce Miller simply outstanding tonight. Oswald Peraza will lead things off with a swing and a pop-up out of play on the first base side, and the count is 0-1. The line for Bryce Miller, 7 scoreless innings, gave up just 2 base hits. Those were back-to-back bloop singles in the top of the 7th inning. He had a no-hitter through 6. No walks. He struck out 8. Next pitch on the way to Peraza is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, in the meantime, Walbert Urania. That's right. Remember, this kid's name is only 22. He was outstanding. 5 2/3 innings. Gave up 1 run on 1 hit. But he walked 4, hit 2 batters, struck out 6. Had a great changeup. Miller, a great splitter. Here's the pitch. Check swing fouled away by Peraza behind the plate. And the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. By the way, this call to the bullpen brought to you by the Sunset Auto family in Sumner and Auburn. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that. Bizzardo with a new baseball. Bizzardo looks in, has a sign from Cal. Now the stretch. And the right-hander's 1-2 pitch on the way. Check swing, strike 3 called. He got him looking with a fastball on the outside corner. Peraza strikes out. And 1 away for the Angels here in the top of the 8th. Bizzardo 3-2 with a 2.17 ERA, making his 41st appearance of the year. Well, tonight a special night for our Toys for Kids charity here. It's Christmas in July, our version of Christmas in July. They're playing Christmas songs in the background. Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Here's the pitch on the way to Josh Lowe, and it's a strike on Lowe. The count is 0-1, and all they want for Bryce Miller tonight is a win. And for the Mariners, a win to stay tied for first place in the West, because the Rangers won again tonight against Detroit. Here's the pitch on the way. It's a little bit high. And Cal wants the challenge. So right now the count is even on Josh Lowe at 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's see if Cal wins again. He's been really good at the challenges. We get a look at it, and it was a strike. It nicks the top rung of the strike zone, and the count is 0-2 on Lowe instead of 1 ball and 1 strike. Good job by Cal Raleigh as always. 1 out, nobody on. Bizzardo kind of bends the waist, looks in, now straightens up. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's a little bit high. It was ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Raley, the center fielder, a little bit toward left center for Lowe, a left-handed hitter. Now the stretch. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a sweeper for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Eduard Bizzardo. 2 up and 2 down for the Angels here in the top of the 8th inning. The only run of the game, if you just tuned in, came in the bottom of the 6th inning. J.P. Crawford led off with a double into the gap in right center field. 1 out later, Dom Canzone walked, Randy Rosareno walked, and then with 2 outs, Cal Raleigh behind 0-2 worked the count 3-2, and he walked. That forced in the 1 run. Here's Logan O'Hoppe, and he takes a pitch outside for ball 1. So runs for both teams kind of slim pickings tonight. 1-0 Mariners, top of the 8th. Bizzardo has a sign from Cal, and now the 1-0 pitch to O'Hoppe. Swinging a foul off of Cal or off of O'Hoppe. The ball bounces out the right side of home plate, and the count is even on O'Hoppe at 1-1. Jerry DePota just brought in the Lucky Cheetos, so hopefully they have some magic in them tonight. Mariners looking for a sweep over the Angels. Here's the stretch and the 1-1 pitch. Swing, and it's popped up. Left side of the infield in front of the bag at third. J.P. Crawford is there. Quick adjustment to his left, and he makes the catch, and that retires his side. Great job by Bizzardo as he 1-2-3s the Angels here in the top of the 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Our Mechanics Bank score as we listen to Mariah Carey. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. Yeah. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Now let's check out some plays from the field that only a mother could love.
Thank you to all the mothers out there. We love you.
Too sweet.
Nicely done with the sign.
Vientos is not going to want this on his highlight reel, I'll tell you that.
Some just don't know how to catch them.
Hubba Bubba on Bubba.
You can even smell on his bat. Hitters are funny. Now he's talking to it.
Then Peters has some problem.
Heads up. Man alive.
Look, Mom, check out these top defensive plays.
Adele leaping, and he makes the catch.
pitch.
It's unreal.
One of his patented run-saving miracles.
Welcome to the show, kid.
Put a star on that for Jarvis. Picked it right off the top of the grass. It was a snow cone.
That was sensational. Spectacular play by the Padres first baseman.
He jumps and he makes the catch. P-Crow, awesome. Ryan Waldschmidt with a diving catch. What a catch by Eli White.
How about that?
Or visit mechanicsbank.com/baseball. Member FDIC.
Our Mechanics Bank score, the Mariners 1 and the Angels nothing as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Pitching change for the Angels. Right-hander Sam Bachman takes over in relief. This guy throws hard. He's 1-1 out of the pen for the Angels. 3.35 ERA, 31 appearances. Leading things off is Weston Wilson. And he takes a look at ball one. Mariners had to make a lot of defensive changes because Julio Rodriguez had to come out of the game with an injury. Here's the pitch on the way. A strike on Wilson, and the count evens at 1-1 strike. Julio was hit in the back of his helmet, running down to second base on a ground ball to Shanuel at first. He hit Julio right in the back of the head. Eventually had to come out of the game. 1-1 on the way to Wilson, swinging a foul at the plate off his foot. And the count is now 1-2. Victor Robles went out to play center field. Then Robles in his first at bat was hit by a pitch off his right forearm by the starter Urania, and eventually Robles had to come out of the ball game. So Raley, who was in right, moved over to center, and Weston Wilson took over in right field. So here's Wilson for his second at bat on the night. Wilson steps in. One home run on the year as a Baltimore Oriole. Here's the stretch and the 1-2 pitch, low and outside as it bounces away from Ohapi, the catcher, all the way to the backstop. For ball two, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wilson, then Dom Canzone and Randy Arozarena looking to add to their 1-run lead, 1-0. The stretch and the 2-2, low and outside, and Ohapi was really handcuffed, but he was able to get a glove on it, make the stop, and the count is full now on Wilson at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the look in by Bachman, and the 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball for strike 3. And there's one out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Well, this Saturday, the 4th of July, the Mariners taking on the Blue Jays, and as part of the festivities, the first 10,000 fans will score a patriotic bucket hat thanks to Coca-Cola. Grab your tickets at Mariners.com and get ready to pack the stands with red, white, and blue. Hard to believe it's almost the 4th of July. Here it is, July the 2nd. Dom Canzone, the hitter, been aboard a couple of times. The pitch to him, a swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Safe for the fielder's choice back in the first. He has grounded out to Guzman at third and walked his last time up. A big walk. One of 3 walks in that bottom of the 6th inning that led to the only run of the game. Next offer. Swinging a ground ball. 3-hopper out to the second baseman. Peraza to his left, gloves it. Throws the first in time to get Canzone for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 down. That'll bring up Randy Arozarena. When we go to the top of the 9th inning, last try for the Angels. They have the top third of the order coming up. Zach Neto, Nolan Shanuel, and Denzer Guzman. And Andres Munoz getting loose out of the Mariners bullpen will work. The top of the 9th inning. Here's the pitch to Randy, and it's a breaking ball that's low and outside for ball 1. Hope you'll stop on by T-Mobile Park tomorrow night, Friday night. The Mariners entertain the Toronto Blue Jays. Here's the pitch, swung on, line drive into left field for a base hit. Randy got a little off the end of the bat. That ended a sting, but up with the ball is Beckler, gets to throw to second. And the Mariners have a runner on at first base with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, they would love to add on. Right now, a slim 1-0 lead. Randy a little bit out in front, had to wait for that pitch. Got it off the end of the bat, but he's so strong he muscled that ball out into left field. Brings up Josh Naylor. Josh looking for his first base hit tonight. Randy elated first. Now the stretch by Bachman. And the right-hander fires away. It's inside. Starts him off with a slider. Ball 1. In game 1 of that series coming up tomorrow night against the Blue Jays, Luis Castillo gets the start for the Mariners. Dylan Cease for Toronto. Now the look in by Bachman. Turn and toss over to first base. Randy back to the bag. Mariners trying to get away from that 500 mark. Right now a game over at 44 and 43. As we mentioned, Texas also winning tonight. So the Mariners need a win to stay tied with the Rangers for the top spot in the West. Here we go. The set by Bachman and the 1-0 pitch. Swing and it's popped up. Third base side, foul territory. Over is Guzman. Has plenty of room near the Angels dugout. He is there and he makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. We go to the top half of the 9th inning. Mariners looking to hang on and win it. Our Mechanics Bank score. It's the Mariners 1 and the Angels 0.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
Okay, I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs. And then next day, I got to eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me. And then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
Hard hit ball. Creedy gets up, but can't come down with it. Casey didn't know. He didn't catch it. The throw by Ozuna. Got it! Oh, yes! Sean Casey obviously thought Joe Creedy caught that baseball.
Now he recognizes his mistake. A 5-7-3 put out. It's the first time I've ever seen it.
Driven deep to left field. Going back Ramos. Track. Wall. See ya! A home run for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees lead 3-0.
Got a lot of giddy up on it. Hey now!
Bludgeoned. He knew it.
It's just ridiculous upper body strength. Be able to muscle that ball.
Halfway up in the bleachers in left field. Stanton was 414.
108 miles an hour up the bat.
Big G, ringing the bell. His first homer of the season. His second RBI in as many games.
Well, here we go, folks, to the top half of the 9th inning. The Mariners hanging on to a 1-0 lead over the Angels, and Senor Smoke will take over in relief here in the 9th inning. So here is Munoz. Munoz 3-4, making his 34th appearance of the year. Has 15 saves, looking for number 16. 30 in the 3rd innings, giving up only 26 hits, 13 walks, and 47 strikeouts. Well, we just got word from Greg Green, our director of marketing and broadcasting. The United States men's national team, the soccer team that just won a huge game yesterday, they're going to be playing here on Monday. They're going to be here for the first pitch tomorrow night against the Toronto Blue Jays. And their head coach, Mauricio Pochettino, will throw out the first pitch. Pitch on the way to leadoff batter Zach Neto is down low for ball 1. So the U.S. men's soccer team is going to be here tomorrow night for the first pitch. And what an exciting win for the U.S. team yesterday. Here's the stretch of the pitch on the way to Neto, and it's down low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. The entire team is going to be introduced, but the head coach, Mauricio Pochettino, is going to be throwing out the first pitch. You don't want to miss that. Get here early tomorrow night.
Wild scene.
Yeah. Hopefully a lot of soccer fans will be here. I'm sure they will. Here's the pitch on the way low and outside, and now Munoz way behind Neto with 3 balls and no strikes. Can't afford any walks. Neto 0 for 3 on the night. Story tonight has been Bryce Miller. 7 scoreless innings. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and it's down and away for ball 4. So a 4-pitch leadoff walk to Neto, and right away the Angels have the tying run on at first base. 1 aboard, and the batter will be Nolan Shanuel. And now time is called. Everybody going out to have a talk with Munoz. First out there, J.P. Crawford, Josh Naylor. Here comes Cal Raleigh. Shanuel is 1 for 3. The Angels have only 2 hits tonight, and those were back-to-back bloop singles into shallow right field by Shanuel and Guzman in the 7th inning. That has been it. Bryce Miller had a no-hitter through 6 innings. He was spectacular. Well, Munoz needs a strikeout or a ground ball double play. And Shanuel, left-handed hitter. J.P. Crawford playing up over at third base. He's playing up close. Now the set by Munoz and the pitch to Shanuel, and it's low and outside for ball 1. Edward Bizardo did a great job in the 8th, the 1-2-3, top of the 8th inning with a couple of strikeouts. Neto, good speed on at first base. The stretch of the pitch, and it's way inside with a fastball at 99, ball 2. And Munoz has yet to throw a strike here in the top half of the 9th inning.
He's been razor sharp his last few outings.
He really has, Gary. Now the stretch and the 2-0 pitch. And there's a strike. Fastball at 100 miles an hour, and the count is now 2-1. He's gone an inning scoreless with either 2 or 3 strikeouts his last 4 or 5 outings. Now the stretch. Down a toss, the first runner goes. Naylor down to Colt Emerson with the tag, and Zetto is out at second base. Zach Neto is out at second, trying to steal left too early. Munoz over to Naylor, on to Colt Emerson, and Neto with the slide. He is out at second, picked off by Andres Munoz, and that is a huge first out here in the top half of the 9th inning. Emerson got that throw from Naylor in plenty of time to reach down with the tag, and then he was upended on the slide by Neto. But 1 away for the Angels. The bases are cleared, and now the Munoz 2-1 pitch. Swing and a pop-up out of play in the third base side, and the count is even at 2-2. Wow, that's a big sigh of relief. Still need 2 more.
Enormous.
Wow.
That changes everything.
No doubt about it. 1 out and nobody on. 2-2 on Shanuel. The stretch by Andres. The 2-2 swinging a line drive into center field for a base hit. Up with the ball is Raley. Gets a throw in. And how big was that last play? Getting Neto over at second base, leaving too early. Shanuel with a solid single. And the Angels have the tie and run back at first base. This is a slider that Munoz left up middle away to Shanuel, was able to get to it, and now we're going to have a pinch runner for Shanuel over at first base. That is Jose Siri. So put Siri on at first base, 1 on and 1 away, top of the 9th inning, 1-0 Mariners, and the batter is Denzer Guzman. Guzman had a bloop single off of Bryce Miller in the 7th inning, 1 for 3. The look in by Munoz. Ground ball double play, and the game is over. Munoz ready. Here's the stretch and the pitch to Guzman. Check swing. Does he go? Yes, he does. First pitch fastball and a beauty, and the count is 0-1. Munoz coming right after Guzman. Fastball near the top of the zone. The look in by Munoz. Now the stretch and the 0-1 on the way. Swinging a pop-up. Out of play in the first base side. And right away, Munoz gets out in front of the count at 0-2. Jorge Soler is due up next. Munoz with a new baseball. Really bends to the waist. Syria lead at first base. Held on by Naylor. 1 on, 1 away. The pitch on the way. Swinging a well-hit ball down the left field line, but it's yanked foul. That had the distance, no doubter. But foul off the bat of Guzman on an 0-2 pitch. But foul down the left field line. That ball was smoked off the bat of Guzman, and the count, though, is still 0-2. Let's see if Munoz comes back with a slider down and away. The stretch and the 0-2 swinging a fly ball into shallow left center field. Raley over along with Randy Arozarena. Luke is there, and Raley makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Gets a throw to second base. That'll keep Siri at first. So a mighty big second out for Andres Munoz. 2 away, and that'll bring up Jorge Soler. Time now for the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Pen Report. The Mariners have used Bizardo, and now Munoz looking for the final 3 outs. He's got 2 in his hip pocket. here in the top half of the ninth inning. 1-0 Mariner lead. Soler 0 for 3. Has fanned all 3 times. That was against Bryce Miller. Everybody on their feet here at T-Mobile. There goes Siri. Pitch on the way, swinging the line, driving to left field for a base hit. Siri to second, makes the turn. He'll stop there. Randy up with the ball in a hurry. It was hit so sharply. Soler with a base hit. And now the Angels have runners at first and second with 2 outs. This first pitch fastball, middle in, and man, Soler hit it hard right to Randy in left field. So now the tying run is on at second. The go-ahead run on at first. Mariners now really hanging on to that slim 1-0 lead. And here is Wade Meckler, left-handed hitter. Munoz looking for that 27th out of the game. Meckler has struck out, popped up to Naylor at first. He's flied out to Raley in center field, and now time is called. Everybody again converging on Munoz. And now here comes pitching coach Pete Woodworth out of the dugout to have a talk with Munoz. It all started with that leadoff walk, and how big was Zach Neto taking off too early? Munoz a toss over to Naylor. Naylor down to Cole Emerson with a tag on Neto for the first out of the inning. That was huge. Otherwise, the Angels would have tied the game after that base hit right there by Soler. Quick conversation.
Andres Munoz, 1 career pickoff coming into tonight. So It's not something that we see very often. We don't see him throw over there all that often. The timing of that was beautiful.
And I'm sure Cal Raleigh was involved in that, or somebody from the dugout, but it worked. 2 on, 2 outs. Here we go. Tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. Meckler, left-handed hitter, steps in. Munoz stares down, gets a sign from Cal. Runners get their leads. And the pitch on the way to Meckler. Swinging a chopper past the mound. Charging Emerson. One-hands it on the run. The throw to first. And it's over. The game is over. The Mariners hang on. And they shut out the Angels 1-0. What a play by Cole Emerson. Charging that ball. One-handed it. Firing a strike to Naylor at first. In time to get Meckler. The game is over. The Mariners sweep aside the Angels in this 3-game series. And the Mariners stay tied for first place in the West with the Texas Rangers. Little bit of a struggle, but eventually Munoz gets the final 3 outs in this one to pick up his 16th win of the season. Outstanding play by Cole Emerson to get the final out in this game. The Mariners win it 1-0, and they win it on a bases-loaded walk to Cal Raleigh, and that came in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bryce Miller was absolutely tremendous tonight. He went 6 scoreless, 6 no-hit innings, and he went 7 innings and gave up no runs on 2 bloop singles with no walks, and he struck out 8. So the Mariners sweep aside the Angels in this 3-game series. The Mariners, their first sweep in a little bit of a while since the end of May when they took 3 from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Once again, the final score, the Mariners 1 and the Angels 0. We'll be back for the happy totals and more after this timeout.
Relax and let Fred Meyer Pickup handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items, then choose your favorites, carefully pack everything up, and load it right into your trunk so you can feel confident it's what you ordered. Fresh groceries your way with Fred Meyer Pickup and Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first pickup or delivery order. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
When you buy equipment, you're not just buying a machine. You're choosing a dealer you'll rely on for years. NC Machinery, an official partner of the Seattle Mariners, has been supporting customers across Washington and Alaska for decades. Whether you work in the trades or work on your own property, we're here before the sale and long after it. Right now, qualified buyers can also take advantage of 0% financing on Caterpillar compact equipment. Visit ncmachinery.com for details and exclusions. NC Machinery, official partner of your Seattle Mariners.
The official airline of the Seattle Mariners is your new gateway to the world. Alaska Airlines is the hometown airline of Seattle and now the 4th largest U.S. global airline, with new nonstops to Seoul, Tokyo, Rome, and London, with many more ahead. Experience your dream global getaway aboard Alaska's new 787 Dreamliner, featuring private suites with lie-flat seats, chef-curated food and beverages, and entertainment screens at every seat. Book your next adventure today at alaskaair.com.
Celebrate 4th of July weekend at T-Mobile Park. The fun starts with Friday fireworks on the 3rd, presented by T-Mobile. Then, don't miss your chance to score a patriotic bucket hat on Saturday the 4th, thanks to Coca-Cola. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
The Mariners do it. They sweep aside the Angels. They win 1-0 tonight over the Angels. Rick, this is not an easy thing to do. The 11th time in Mariners history they've won a game with 2 or fewer hits. 2 hits, but they cashed them in. And what you really need, if you're only going to get 2 hits and 1 run, you need to be spectacular on the mound. And that's exactly what...
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Foul ground, and he's got it! What a catch by Max Kepler! Wow!
Hook and Valdez comes up with it. Oh my!
Swing a soft ground ball towards third. Bichette on the backhand has it. Crossfires to first. Got him!
Bichette with the backhand play. The bouncing throw on 2 hops in time! Ground ball hit to second. Diving play by Honer. Shuffles to second, and they get the force. Diving into right field. Osana gets up and throws out Berger.
Ground ball hit to the right side. Diving stop to his left. Corner. Throw to first in time to get Tatis.
Freely coming on and dives. He caught it. Sproat loves it. Shortstop Henderson diving.
Throws to first. Did they get him? Yes, they did.
Diving stop by Edman to his feet. Long throw to first there in plenty of time.
To the right side. Diving stop. Clemens finds the grip and gets the out at second base. The Sun. Who's going to get it? Corona Grower makes the catch. Corona Grower in trouble again. Oh, he caught it again.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Scoreless innings tonight and gives up only 2 base hits. But a lot of credit to the great at-bats after that double. And Cal Raleigh, the count was 0-2. What do you have, a 9-pitch at bat?
Yes.
3-2 fouls away, a couple
Good
of pitches.
too.
Tough pitches
Yeah.
because, man, Urania's nasty. This is the first time we saw him ever, and he's got a tremendous changeup and a sweeper to go along with it. But Cal was able to draw that bases loaded walk to force in the only run of this game. What a huge win for the ball club tonight.
Yeah, great win. 1-0 Mariners claim victory here at T-Mobile Park. We'll come back. We have more to come right after this on the NC Machinery Mariners Radio Network.
Your business depends on technology. Make sure it's protected. Pacific Office Automation delivers managed IT and cybersecurity solutions that help businesses stay secure, efficient, and always connected. With proactive monitoring and a responsive support team behind you, Pacific Office Automation helps keep your systems running and your data protected. Pacific Office Automation is a proud technology provider of the Seattle Mariners. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
You can stream every pitch of every inning of every game all season long. Oh, and it's completely free. Only on the Seattle Sports app.
Swung on and missed. Got him. A fastball right by him.
Pretty awesome, right?
Rick Riz here for the Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington's Improve Your Play program. Many of our local youth sports teams need help with field enhancements, training, and equipment. Local Pella owners Keith Dashafy and Luke Wilson are stepping up to donate $5,000 to 2 deserving teams. We need your help finding them. Head to seattlesports.com/play to nominate a deserving team in need. Let's help our local youth improve their play this year with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Contest and rules at seattlesports.com/play.
Do you hear that? Something's calling. A call to climb your own mountain, no matter how it might look. A call to let doubt eat our dust, express ourselves, and leave it all on the court. A call to community, where Multicare helps you find your healthier you. Health is calling, and Multicare is here to help you answer. Learn more at multicare.org.
You're listening to Mariners Baseball on Seattle Sports.
That's a great win for the Mariners. 1-0. They beat the Angels. They sweep the Angels. They stay in first place as well. They keep pace with the Texas Rangers. Before we head downstairs, let's pause for station identification on the NC Machinery Mariners Radio Network. Mariners win 1-0. One of the heroes, Cal Raleigh, he drove in the run with a bases-loaded walk. Let's hear from Cal on the field with Mike Lefkoe.
All right, thanks, guys. Cal, take me through Bryce Miller's outing there, the 7 innings, pretty much untouchable tonight. When did you get the sense this would be something special from him?
He had a good, I think he struck out 5 through the first time through the order, and he did a good job of mixing, really, had the good heater with the good splitter combo, and was able to sprinkle in some other off speeds for good use as well. So, credit to him. He executed really well, and, big time outing.
When do you guys start to realize how good that splitter is? Do you start to call it more? Do you start to work with him and say, hey, we really feel confident in this pitch tonight?
Yeah, splitter's one of those pitches. It's a hard pitch to see either side of the plate. It's kind of one of those pitches that you kind of can use to both sides and get a lot of swing and miss, get a lot of people off balance, get a lot of people thinking about it, and makes the fastball that much better. So he was able to land a few and able to get some under the zone for some swing and miss.
Hey, can you take me through your at-bat? That was the run tonight. You fall behind 0-2. What were you seeing out there that led to 9 pitch, and then you get the walk to bring in the run?
Yeah, I was just trying to battle. We just talk about trying to stay in the big part of the field there, runners in scoring position, and we just got to stay focused in those moments. Those moments are huge, and you never know when one run's going to be the difference in a game. And right there, that was the difference, obviously. And we just got to keep that focus up. We gotta keep executing, and those are the little things that help win baseball games.
Along those lines, how does it feel to get this sweep here? Big home crowd coming back after the road trip. What does that mean to you guys?
Yeah, just keep stacking them. Trust our process. Keep doing what we're doing. We gotta stack some wins, and like I said, the focus level was good this week. We gotta finish out the homestand though tomorrow.
Hernandez throws on the first and just does get Kendall. He doesn't agree with that call. Now comes Lloyd McClendon again. And now Lloyd McClendon has been tossed.
And he just kicked some dirt, and he's upset. And he's going to pull first base out and take it with him.
He's walking away with the first base bag. And I guess he's just going to walk off with it, to the delight of this crowd.
This is a good one right here. The Padres. Little pinstripe unis. We would wear these every Thursday. When I kept it, I wanted to keep it all dirty. I always felt like if you didn't get dirty in a baseball game, you kind of didn't really play that day. So I had my pine tar there, a little dirt in the front side of it, but the brown and orange, really cool cleats. All the fans really enjoyed it as much as the players did.
And that one's driven out to right field. That takes Nimmo back to the wall. He makes the catch. What an amazing catch by Nimmo to finish this one off.
Home run, Junior Cabanero.
He's now homered in 4 straight games.
The home runs just keep on coming. Cannonball coming. 2-homer game. Oh, Hearn, oh, baby. Whoa, my goodness. One of the farthest home runs we've seen at PNC Park. Ewing back, track, whoa, gone, number 30.
He's the first to 30 home runs this year, and he's the fastest Philly to 30 home runs of this season.
Boy, was that clutch, man.
That was clutch.
His longest no-hit bid of his illustrious major league career.
And Sonny will get a well-deserved standing ovation.
What a great effort by Sonny Gray tonight.
Two-run double.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Global food scene inspired by local ingredients.
From shore to forest, it's a fresh destination in every sense. Victoria, BC is calling. Let yourself be moved.
Seattle fans, get in the game and swing for the fences at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. You'll always find all-star action and MVP winning at the biggest and best in the Northwest. Come see the lineup of more than 3,500 gaming machines, your favorite table games, sports betting, plus a luxury hotel, memorable dining, and live entertainment that's always a hit. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
I keep seeing celebrities posts, me in the 90s versus now. Well, the person staring at me in the mirror is definitely not the same person that could pull off bootcut jeans. Time creeps up on us so slowly. You don't see it until suddenly you do. Same thing goes for your bills. $1 here, an uptick there. It's a slow burn until one day you realize the price you're paying now is way higher than when you signed up. But at T-Mobile, customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. And with T-Mobile on their experience plans, you get a 5-year price guarantee, so you know exactly what your plan price will be for the next 5 years. So at least that's one thing that won't change over time. I can't guarantee you'll still look good with frosted tips, but T-Mobile can give you a clear guarantee on your wireless plan.
Lower bills based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Cheers to 50 seasons. Corona and the Mariners are giving fans the chance to win tickets to the biggest party of the summer. 50 grand prize winners and a guest will enjoy main-level tickets to the August 8th 50 Seasons Celebration Night and Mariners Corona swag to showcase your pride. Enter now through July 26th at cbisweeps.com/Corona Mariners 50 Seasons. No purchase necessary. Open only to legal U.S. residents in Alaska, Hawaii, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, and Washington. 21 or older. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Tito Martinez here. And baseball stats can tell you a lot. When your car breaks, you want a company that has all the right stats on your team. CarShield's been in business for over 20 years. That's staying power. They're America's most trusted auto protection. That's reputation. They've sold over $3 million in contracts. That's a whole lot of happy drivers. CarShield has paid over $1 billion in claims. The numbers speak for themselves.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
It's a great win for the Mariners. They beat the Angels 1-0. They sweep aside the Angels. Yeah, Saturday, July 11th, come out to the ballpark for the first Batter Up Brew Fest. You can enjoy tastings from over 20 breweries and catch the Mariners road game against the Rays on the big screen. Tickets on sale now, mariners.com/brewfest. All right, the Mariners sweep aside the Angels, and it sets up what should be a very fun day starting tomorrow. The Blue Jays in town, the first meeting between the Mariners and the Blue Jays since the postseason last year. 7:10 first pitch tomorrow. You want to get here early. Team USA will be here ahead of their match coming up on Monday across the street. And not only will Team USA be here, Mauricio Pochettino will throw out the first pitch for Team USA here tomorrow. So this place should be rocking as the Mariners take on the Blue Jays. Luis Castillo will get the ball against Dylan Cease. 7:10 first pitch. Saturday 1:10. That's going to be Logan Gilbert, Shane Bieber. And then Sunday 2 o'clock, George Kirby, Trey Savage. What a way to end the first half at home. 3 against the Blue Jays and some delicious pitching matchups in those 3. See if the Mariners can keep the roll going. Big sweep here against the Angels. They'll try and get a series win against the Blue Jays starting tomorrow. 1-0 the final score. We'll come back. We have the post-game show with Tom Hutler that comes your way right after this on the NC Machinery Mariners Radio Network.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Mariners will play in October.
Play-by-play coverage of your defending American League West champion Seattle Mariners has been brought to you by Mechanics